and gentlemen, from parts unknown, we have an interracial, intermingled, intersexual group of Caucasian men and wife beaters and black men of questionable melanin. Put your hands together, make some noise for Guns and Butter!
Whether you're chasing the bag or just trying to be a man, get ready to have your wallets, your mind, and your views on life challenged with Reckless Ray De Niro.
Yo. What's going on? It's your boy Reckless Ray De Niro, and we are back at it again, running a little bit late, but within the window that I've allotted myself. So I'm late, but I'm still on time. You know what I'm saying? We got to set it up to win. So first of all, let me give a big shout out to everybody who was chilling, waiting for me to show up. Sorry, it was a little bit later than I anticipated. Things at work got a little bit hectic, and when you the top dog firefighter, you got to put them fires out, baby. And I show up. I work my best under pressure, and today was high pressure. And I not only accomplished, I'd say 90% of the mission, I accomplished at least 50% more than what we thought we were going to get done. So, bam, there's that. That's how good I am. Let's give a shout out to everybody who's in the chat so far. Carl Albertson, shout outs to you and salute. Natasha Vincent. Oh, the show can actually start. The show started on time before I even got here. Hold up. Shout outs and props to Natasha. She is the best.
And now the show can officially begin with Natasha Vincent, the #1 moderator on the internet, currently in the chat.
I just want to point out that Natasha has cammed up with me before. She does look like that, y'all. Stay out of her DMs. I'll harm you. Shout out to Muslim Guy in the chat. Definitely here on time. Everybody waiting for me. Bumpkin called it CP time. No, it's WP time or WM time, working man time. that's the time we on. Good God. KC Mo, as always, in the building. Canadian Tyler's in the building. Joker is in the building. Jay Rillo, haven't talked to you in a hot minute in the building. Oh, Mayo's in the building. Dude, I got some good people for this conversation tonight. Lawrence Rotano's in the building. All right. So, as we have seen, the title, whose fault is it anyways, and how do we move forward? Now, I'm going to start with my monologue. We're going to get into it. I don't have anything to react to, but this is just some thoughts that's been marinating since our last highly volatile show. Because I've seen this inkling come up and manifest itself a few times. And there's a lack of communication between the generations. And I think, honestly, the generational gap is more of an issue than any other gap that we want to have. I think it's more of an issue of you know, the letter mafia, whatever you want to call it, however they want to identify. Like I've had some crazy experiences this week. I think it's more of an issue than if you actually have between races. I think that there is a generational gap. And there's a certain level of vitriol, and I kind of put my thumb on a piece of it last night. But again, it's just like with these dudes who are talking about how hard it is out here in these streets with women. I can't relate because I don't experience it. I don't have problems talking to people younger than me and pouring into people younger than me. I've never had problems talking to people who. Casey Mo, shout out to Casey Mo. He's still working. Well, you know what? That's your decision, bro. Those are choices. You an employee now. But I've definitely never had problems talking to older people. Like me personally, the way that my brain works, I enjoy older people more than younger people because by and large, younger people are stupid. So I don't enjoy spending time. I enjoy it. Like now that I'm older, I enjoy spending time with younger people because there's that energy there. but like it's few and far between. Honestly, like if you're not in a circle or there's a specific reason I'm around you, like I prefer to get poured into than be the one doing the pouring. Honestly, like it's just I'm still growing, so I'd rather get that knowledge. But what we see happening here is there is a lot of breakdown in communication. I feel like the generational gap is greater than the left and right gap. And I feel like it's the approach. And I talked about this last night over on Black Man Unfiltered when I was on the panel. Rigid time schedules. When I was over on Black Man Unfiltered, we had a conversation because one of my favorite people out here in these YouTube streets, R Payne, was in the building, and he be all over these streets just having the conversation. I respect him for that. But we had a breakdown in communication on the panel because he was talking about how he didn't understand why the young kids didn't want to listen, and there was an issue, and people always on his neck, and all the millennials hate him because he's a boomer, and they just don't like him just because he's a boomer. And I had to break it down for him, and I told him exactly what I'm about to tell y'all. But it goes both ways. It's the approach. It's the approach that these older generation people have, regardless of what generation it is, because the reality of it is no one outside of the people that are coming up now that are just getting out, the bumpkins, the kids over in New Frontier, not kids, those young men over in New Frontier. I'm not going to disrespect them like that. These men that are coming in to a position to where now they're looking at stuff and they've got to clean things up. Outside of them, none of us who are older than them are without sin, because the mess that they're inheriting is all of our faults collectively. Every last one of us. If you over 25, it's your fault. Newsflash, you contributed. You participated. Guess what? While you wasn't saying shit, while you wasn't getting active enough, it's your fault. Guess what? You started a movement and it didn't work. It's your fault. You marched with Martin Luther King and we still having the same issues. It's your fault. Sure, you can come in on a high horse and say that you got active. Fine. You did. You can't take those actions away. But the results are still not there. And that's where it comes in with the conversation for the older cats. Now, obviously, I'm going to start off on the older cats next because it's our fault. It's our fault. Let's be accountable. Let's be accountable. You don't come in and say, like, you can be like, I tried. Like, you tried and you didn't succeed. We are men. We deal in things that are absolutes. We deal with things that are metrics. I tried. Okay, well, you failed. Fine. But you still got to own that L. Like, you can have knowledge, but you shouldn't give that knowledge with a backhanded slap that's like, I'm better than you. And I've noticed that a lot of older cats do that. Just in general. There's a chip on the shoulder. I've done this. You haven't done shit. Like, you young whippersnapper. I like this attitude, because, like, yes, some of us have definitely been more active than others. Like, you can't deny that. But, like, look at the result. Where are we? How do we get here? It's our fault. And we got to take that L. Because regardless of where you sit on this shit, like, you just now getting red pilled and you just now finding out about it, like, guess what? If you're older, it's still your fault. You was voting. Hell, we voted Obama and thought we did something. Voted in the first LGBTQIA LMNOP LG HD president. Congratulations. I mean, granted, he was up on game about the issue with our southern border because he got a bunch of them up out of here. We can't take that from him. He did do that, but he didn't do shit else for none of the rest of us. We voted him in. Our fault. Yeah, I know, Siri. I know you don't know how to respond to that shit because it's your fault too. See, she over here talking to me, talking about she don't know how to respond. I bet maybe you did. I know, Casey Mo, you're without sin. Guess what? It's your fucking fault. The world's this way. You're one person. Okay, you can't. Your one person movement still your fault, bro. Guess what? Newsflash. And you're older than me, so it's more your fault than it's my fault. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, I mean, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. We deal in metrics. That's the reason when I'm like, bro, that's the reason I don't deal with people who, that's the reason I think it's the poor man's game to talk about how happy you are. It's something completely fucking nebulous. You don't want to compete at shit. You don't want to compete at anything that has fucking metrics. Because the reality of it is the results are the results. Like if you take these little talking points and how people want to get out here, like ain't nobody, like it's me and Anton showing portfolios that are willing to like show you what's going on, show you how to do shit, that are substantiating things. Everybody's making money, but like I'm not seeing no portfolios. Everybody says they rich. I'm not seeing no portfolios. Like I'm around rich people. Like I know what rich people shit looks like. I know. Like that's the reason I tell people I'm not rich yet. Because that's measurable. Those are measurable things. Results of a generation's actions and the state of this country is measurable. That's a measurable thing. Now, regardless of whether you've been hip to the game and, oh, well, it's not me, I didn't do that. Guess what? Everyone else in your fucking generation did, and you ain't do shit about it. It's your fault. You're tied in with that. It's what it is. So to come in and be like, oh, well, we did this, and this, and like we was out marching. You know what? Every old black person was out marching with King, and guess what? We still sitting where we at. Shit actually got worse after that. We talking about sexy red now, but they want, by default, because of their age, they want respect. Like, no, you don't earn respect if you completely fuck shit up and make stuff bad and make things worse for the group of people that you're in. And then you're sitting out here trying to justify why sexy red's acting the way that she's acting and why that's the forefront of what black women are supposed to be. And you want to get respected. You want to get an attaboy. You want a pat on the back for showing up. Like, guess what? Everybody fucking shows up. People show up every day. And if they suck, they suck. You got to get up out of here though, girl. I'm yelling at women right now. Hold on. But it's your fault. So like there has to be a level when you're coming in to pour into people. What's up, Nunya? Nunya's in the building. Hobby's in the building. Bet. Okay. Hey, Casey. Best of wishes on you, bruh. I'm hoping it's not that bad. I'm hoping it sounds worse than what it actually is, bro. But these people, these people, they're like, oh, well, I'm older, so like you just got to listen to me. Like, no, you're older. I can look at your life and tell that I shouldn't listen to you. like, how are you older talking about you rich and we sitting up in the same shit? My corner looks like your corner. My square looks like your square. Why would I listen to you about anything? Our culture is worse after the work that you apparently did. Why should I listen to you about anything? Now, I can let you pour in some game, but you got to show up with some humility. What's going on, Ghetto? Not sure. You got to show up with some fucking humility because the reality of it is the results of the society that you guys left, the existence that we have, these dysgenic, weak-ass kids that you raise that you complain about. Like, how are you going to complain about the generations behind you when you raise them? I mean, me personally, I'm the only person who gets to do that because I don't have kids. I didn't raise any of y'all dysgenic weirdos because I didn't. But the rest of y'all did. And you sit here talking about the kids are weak. Then your kid shows up with fucking jizz and fucking Pringles crumbs mixture in his belly button. Like he's not part of that. What are we talking about? Your fault. A whole generation fucked up, and it's y'all's fault. We just now getting upset about school, and you'll have people that are my age that don't have kids that don't understand why it matters because it don't affect them. Like, are you stupid? Eventually, you're gonna have kids, and then those kids are gonna go to that school and get taught all that messed up shit, and then they're gonna be ending up pissing and shitting in a litter box, and that too is gonna be your fault. But then you're gonna be upset and not want to take accountability for it. So, with that said, for the older cats, before I jump on you young bucks next, for the older cats, you got to approach with some humility. Y'all fucked some shit up. Like, you might have game, and I'm not saying that like there's not knowledge there to be shared, but you don't get to come in after throwing 19 interceptions as the quarterback and be like, hey, I'm the best quarterback ever. Let me tell you how to do it. It's like, yo, I know how to throw the ball. Let me tell you how to do it. You don't get to come in with the chip. You guys need to humble yourselves. And the older generation has a real hard time humbling themselves. They don't have a hard time dishing it out, but they sure as fuck have a hard time taking it or taking accountability for their part in it. Now that we done got off the old men's backs, right? We done jumped off the boomer backs because they got bad backs, so we can't be on it too long because their backs will snap. Like, these people are almost up out of here anyway. So, on to the you young bucks. I heavily empathize with the young generation, the younger generation, because every generation before you failed. We fucked up bad. With that said, the chip on your shoulder needs to be filed down about like 4/10, right? Because you're so combative. Rightfully so. But what you're doing is you're inhibiting your own growth. You're shooting yourselves in the foot. You're going, hey, we're not going to listen to you guys about shit. Now you can't learn as fast. You can go read every old book that you want, but some old motherfuckers that have been there might actually know some firsthand information because your book is a snapshot that one person wrote. So you can read every fucking book. That's not going to equate to boots on the ground, hands-on experience. You can read every manual in the world till you actually do some shit and get your hands dirty. Those manuals don't mean shit. And most of the time, the manuals don't work. They don't work because it's written from an angle of one person. I mean, 100%. I think we should have a knowledge of it, but you can't bypass the people that have done some things. You can't go out here making enemies of the people who have done some things. You're only fucking yourself. It's just like I tell people all the time. I'm like, you don't have to listen to me about money. I don't give a fuck. You're going to be poor. That doesn't affect me at all. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to still be getting this money. I'm still going to be making these plays, and I'm still going to be increasing my wealth every fucking quarter. And you're going to be sitting there broke as fuck, and I'm going to laugh at you. I'm not going to give a shit. I'm not going to care because it doesn't affect, that actually doesn't affect me. You're going to be out here big, bad, struggling indefinitely for the rest of your life because you don't want to fucking listen to somebody who's not trying to extract money out of your ass, who's not trying to sell you some shit, who's telling you as I'm building the stuff that works, the stuff that doesn't work. Like, y'all ain't even trying to get the information in real time. You guys want to wait till somebody's on the mountaintop talking shit to you before you want to actually try and listen. And then you're gonna go throw a bunch of money at those people and just get ripped off because they're giving you advice that no longer works because shit moves fast. The game changes fast. So you gotta file those chips off. Like there's one, and it goes both ways, but it's like the breakdowns, like what we had last week, is not productive at all. Because reality check, motherfuckers get tired. Secondary reality check, younger people have more energy. People have to learn how to listen, because this is just a detriment to the movement as a whole, because by and large, I'd say 70% of the shit we all agree on, and now we can't even move forward because we got beef. That's stupid. It makes no fucking sense. Like, that's not how you move forward. And what that actually does is those of us who agree on 70%, now we can't move forward because we're not in lockstep. And you got these motherfuckers, you telling me that these people in the letter mafia can just have the most egregious of shit and they can keep their mouths shut to get the agenda pushed forward, and we're arguing over semantics because we feel some type of way because we want to have dick swinging contests between the people who've actually done stuff and then the results, here we are, and then the people who haven't actually started doing shit yet and the results of here we are. Like, if neither party has changed shit, maybe y'all need to compare some fucking notes. Like, maybe we need to start focusing on the mission versus the dicks. Pause. Because y'all mad gay right now. And this isn't, and like, I've just been seeing this shit repeat since last week. Like, I've seen like 3 more incidences of this on panels. And if we can't figure out how to work together, literally conservative, right, logical, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves at this point, y'all, none of us are in lockstep. We can't get a mission accomplished. Period. And these fucking pink-haired fucks are running around, congregating, and figuring out what they need to do and when they need to shut the fuck up for the greater good of that group, as disgusting as that plays out for society. They shut up and take the fucking wins. They figure out ways to work together. And we are not doing that. And until we start, like, this shit is never going to change, because we're going to be sitting here arguing semantics while the people who are actively destroying this fucking country are going, well, you're going to burn that down? Okay, we'll shut the fuck up. It's our turn to burn some shit down now, right? Oh, we're going to fuck this up. And we're sitting here getting our asses kicked. We are losing left and right. Like, we're just catching fucking L's, like, left and right. How when election season comes up, how are we going to change any of this shit? How are we going to start making some moves? How are we going to group together to start saying something to these school boards, to start standing up to protect these children, to protect this country that you guys say you give a fuck so many fucks about, but y'all want to go to war with each other on the same damn team? It's stupid. It's non-productive. It's costing this country. You think they're the problem? Some of you motherfuckers are the problem. Y'all are the fucking problem. You're killing this country just as fucking fast as they are, because we can't make a united front to stop this shit, because you want to argue amongst yourselves and fight amongst yourselves and threaten each other and not work together. The younger cats can't get the information from the older cats who know what the fuck's up. The older cats want to come in and swing dicks before they give any information. We're not moving forward that way. Like, we're not going to get shit accomplished. So we need to start changing these fucking narratives. Like, I understand that, like, obviously there's a need to call out fuck shit. There's definitely a need to call out fuck shit within the community, within the tribes. But, like, if we look at what the opposition is doing, they get real quiet about their fuck shit when it's necessary to get the job done. If you think this is just going to be perfect, and I done told the cats over at New Frontier straight up, I was like, you're dealing with a monster. You are not going in to deal with monsters on some high moral ground and coming out of that shit. Those are fairy tales. Monsters deal with monsters. Are you ready to create a society that you don't get to live in because you're going to be too dirty? That's the reality of what needs to be done. If you guys want to be on some moral high ground shit. Oh, we're better than everybody else. No, you're not. You won't be when this is over. Not those of you who are going to lead this shit. Not those of you who want to be at the front of this shit. Not those of you who want to fight for this country. Do you think that we don't even hold the founding fathers on a moral high ground? They were fucking savages. How the fuck do you think you're going to fight in a war? Because we're in a war. And you're just going to come out and be like, oh, yes, holier than thou. I'm still a good person. You're not even going to be a good person when this is over. In the process of doing this, like, what needs to be done to save this country? You're going to have to hurt some feelings. You're going to have to be a dickhead. You're going to be looked at as the bad guy. Everyone who wins is the bad guy. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, like this isn't as shitty as this sounds. Like, it isn't even about being right. This isn't about being right. War isn't about being right. It's about ideals. It's what we've decided. It's the culture that we want. And generally, cultures are run by the majority. Like, if the majority of a civilization wants something, that's what it is. Like, this isn't a majority. We have a very minute minority of the civilization in lockstep, destroying the rest of the civilization. Think about that. This isn't a large group of people. It's a very small group of people with a very directed purpose, with a very directed agenda, and they're in lockstep and they're working together. And the large majority group, isn't getting there. Man, Roots, we ain't gonna have no damn 1776. These motherfuckers are gonna 1776 themselves. What are you talking about? You know how organized you gotta be to have a 1776. We ain't having that. They can't get along. They want to argue with each other. And then they say, I'm an asshole because I'm like, well, I'm just going to have enough money to sidestep this shit. I could leave tomorrow. Fuck all of you. Like, I'm advocating for people to have an opportunity to fucking survive at this point, because at this rate, it's going to be a 1776 amongst all the people who are supposedly on the same team. You're going to see different shades of the "Don't Tread on Me" flag out there, just like clobbering each other to death at the way that things are going. Yeah, 100%. Like, it's wild. Like, it doesn't make sense. But I've been looking at it. I'm like, it's so apparent when you look at different generations. But like I told him last night, I was like, when I talk to the dudes over at New Frontier, when I talk to my younger cats, I always give inspiration and let them know that I'm coming in humbly. I'm like, I'll give you the game that I got. This is what I have results in. Like, I understand that y'all got left a mess and we fucked up. I'm not coming in going, like, unless it's about money. Like, if it's something I have actual results in, then like, sure. I'd be like, hey, I'm ahead of you in the game at this. Like, I'm not going to sit here and posit that, like, oh, I've done everything and I'm just the biggest dick swinging at everything. Like, no, I'm good at making something out of nothing. Like, I have done that from scratch, certified. Like, nobody in my family had money. Like, it's what it is. Like, people, like, I mean, you guys could talk anytime Razik comes up. That dude's been over to my family's house. Like, he came through town. We hung out. Like, he got to go see the family's pad, got to shoot some pool with my stepdad. Like, we kicked it. But it ain't got, it's just crazy to me that these people got to be like, you come in with this attitude that I got to be the best at everything. And it's like, okay, well, like, the stuff that's certifiable, sure, I'm further ahead. I can give you a game on that. But to come in here and have these conversations and have like the young cats cutting themselves off at the ankles, and then the older cats not being able to articulate to the younger people, like, this is a major communication issue. And it's like, when we see stuff that happened last week, I'm like, I can see how one of these organizations could have not worked out. And I can definitely see how we're going to have some issues moving forward with the younger organization because, like, neither one of you guys, nobody can fucking talk. The communication skills are lacking. The ability to decipher, to get the information you need without tearing somebody apart, or the ability to give information to somebody without having to lord over them that you're better than them. Like, those are both grievously horrible issues if you're trying to lead people. Like, leadership is the ability to communicate with multiple different types of people where they're at, not necessarily just the way that you choose to communicate. It's we got to do better. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of room for improvement there. And, you know, like, if we're going to be leading and expounding ourselves as leaders and putting ourselves up in the forefront as leaders, you should be able to talk to people that, and it's not even people that don't agree with you. Y'all agree. That's kind of the major problem here. It's like, it's not even talking to people that don't agree with you. It's talking to people that you agree with. Which is fine. You can look at it like that, but to say that there's not information there, I mean, you can, again, we're on, you're dialing in on semantics, because to say that somebody hasn't done anything would be remiss. You're picking and choosing. That's not logical. To go, I mean, actually, you know what? You can say it is logical, but I'm saying your opposition is not doing that. They're going, cool. What can we get out of this? Bet. Oh, there's this little thing that I don't necessarily rock with. Well, is it going to get the mission done? I'm going to shut the fuck up. And to be honest, you do not know how to shut the fuck up. like I mean, there's a deal here. There's, you want to be right, and then there's the mission. And one has to come before the other. But if you're trying to be in a movement and you're trying to get a mission accomplished, then if all roads lead to Rome, then until we get to Rome, y'all sort that out after you win. Have your semantical argument after you crush the opposition. How about that? Does that make sense? Because I'm pretty sure that's what the letter mafia is doing. They're like, we'll sort our shit out after we get everything that we want. And anyone who dissents, even if you're of the community, we will oust you until we get everything. And once everything's on fire, then we can talk about all the stuff that we may or may not agree with amongst ourselves. And the right is not doing that. Conservatives are not doing that. Third positionists are not doing that. You're all fighting amongst yourselves. That's not the point, though. Again, you're like fixated. You're like, that's not the point. That is not the point. Or is it the mission, or do you want verification? Can you get verification after you win? Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? I mean, and like, this isn't even that. You guys had people doxing you that were other conservatives that y'all was having issues with, right? Right? It's not even that. Like, you're getting attacked by your own team while fighting a war against somebody else. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that's productive. Tell me how that helps. How does that help you move your agenda forward if the people who are supposed to be on your side that you guys have qualms with are doxing you, taking out your channels, doing all this fuck shit, fighting like schoolgirls amongst yourself, doing all the stuff that you accuse, that they're doing all the stuff to you that they accuse the left of doing to them, that we all agree is some bitch shit. And now they doing bitch shit to you. How does that move the collective movement forward? What are we winning from that collectively? How is that helping America? Are we going to fight y'all going to fight like 15 wars while fighting the one major war? Like, that sounds 100%. Murder's on point. That sounds like ego. We got to give Murder his props. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hit it on the head. Like that just sounds across the board. The entire conversation sounds like ego.
Is he our number one fan, or are we his number one fan? Either way, say hello to Murder 100 in the chat.
What's going on, Wheel Crypto? How you doing tonight, brother? Sorry, I'm having a rant. I'm trying to get people to get along, but I made an angry thumbnail, so I had to come in hot tonight. But yeah, man, like we've gotta sort that out because there's a lot of ego. There is a lot of ego, and if you're going to be doing a movement, you're going to have to communicate with a lot of people. You also should have the ability to articulate your points to win over people that don't agree with you. You should be able to speak to people where they're at. I mean, that's true, but I'm not seeing where the steel got sharpened as of lately. And most of these conversations, when it devolves down into arguing and shit, I'm not seeing it. House TV, what's going on? He said NASA, never a straight answer. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. How's everybody in the chat doing? How are we doing? We got a hard cutoff. I'm gonna be done at about 11 because I got to get some food in me. Yeah, but I mean, at that rate, you guys ain't got no weight. Then if we cut dead weight, like if that includes cutting off your ability to learn, then what your guys are expounding to have is literally what's going on, Beak. How we doing? What you're expounding to have is South Africa. Oh, we cut dead weight. Okay, so now nobody knows how to do shit and you're doing everything for the first time. Okay. Enjoy rebuilding America for the first time all over again with no dead weight. Because like at that rate, it's anything could be dead weight. Uh-oh. We got him rolling in already.
Some might think he's extreme. No one can deny that he's passionate. Whether you're gonna be in a holy war or some form of inquisition, either way, you probably want him on your side. Say hello to Orthodox Guy. Are you tired of the socialist and liberal creep that's happening in our society today? Are you tired of people saying stuff but not doing anything? Well, this guy is, and he's doing it at New Frontier USA. Go check him out there. Until then, say hello to Bumpkin.
What's going on, brothers? How we doing?
I'm doing great.
It's doing good.
How about you, Ray?
How off am I about the older gen, younger gen conversation? Because I think it's a generational gap issue.
Here's the thing. Since you were directly referencing what happened between me and Rage, right?
Well, I also jumped up our Payne's ass last night because he was trying to sidestep responsibility, and I had to explain to him. I was like, this is why people don't want to listen to boomers, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, I had the conversation myself. Obviously, it wasn't as bad as yours. I didn't make him flip a table and shit, but like, I stayed on his neck, and he kept trying to sidestep the accountability. And I'm like, no, y'all did this. Well, it's not 100% our fault. I'm like, there's more of you voting. You vote yourselves in till you're dead, and you won't step out of power positions. Like, yes, it is your fault. It's you making these rules. Like,
yeah, it's 100%. Boomers' fault at this point.
Yeah, and so I was like, obviously I can't. It would be remiss for me to say, hey, my life, me being a dysgenic loser, is your fault. But like the policies, the legal system, the marriage laws, all of that is their fault. I'm like, it actually is your fault.
On an individual system, like it is whoever the individual is their fault, right? If they are failing or they are a bad person or they're unhealthy or whatever, that's on them, right? But as a nation, it's on the generation specifically the boomers. My thing is, the only thing that you're really wrong is that I believe you're really wrong is you and I can communicate, right?
Yeah, but remember every conversation that we have, what do I tell you? I'm like, I give you guys game. I don't tell you how or what you should do because my generation also fucked up. I'm not absolved from this.
Yeah, but
because I'm before you.
Help.
I'm before you.
But you still help.
But the issue, the difference in between the way that I approach talking to you and the way I see most older people, because like older people older than me do the same shit. And the reason I approach you the way that I do is because I don't like it. Because I'm like, you should have some fucking humility. Like, if you're talking to me about how stuff is, because like I'll get on these panels and people who are like activists their whole lives are like, well, you know what I've done? You haven't done shit. And I'm like, yeah, none of it worked. So we're like, okay. like you expect me to give you some sort of reverence because you went and marched and cried in the streets and then got no results and our culture is worse off than when you was marching?
The thing about it is, right, and this is what I'm saying, and the reason I keep bringing up proof, right? If you can prove that stuff and you actually have value and you have something to teach, people should absolutely listen to you, even if you failed, right? But if you're just boisterous and you're sitting here going, I did this, and every time you're asked for proof, because all I did was ask that man for proof. All I did was
wasn't that you asked. It's how you asked is the issue.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. If he had no issue proving it, and he dropped proof, there would be nothing for me to say or do. There would only be for me to sit down and shut up and listen.
So, I mean, the only point of reference is like one of the Discords that I'm in. We talk about crypto in there, and like I've been doing it for a decade, and people come in there and they'll be like, oh, you know, this is the hot shit and this is why, and blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like you might want to like slow down a little bit, like this and this, like these are the facts of the industry, blah blah blah. And they're like, no, I bought this coin, I like it, and I'm emotionally attached to it. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have emotions and investments. And then they get mad at me, and I'm like, well, out of the two of us, one of us is posting their portfolio every week in a video for this Discord. The other person just shows up every once in a while and wants to talk shit about their one specific coin that they like with no context. And so like me and that individual who is younger have a contentious conversations, but it's like, I'm like, dude, like but again, they don't have to ask me for proof because I'm giving proof regularly and they're just being an asshole.
So it's a little bit of a different situation. Like
a different situation.
I get the arrogance of youth, right? And the boisterousness of
I don't think it's arrogance. I think you guys are in a mess, and so there's a default chip on your shoulder when someone older than you that you know was part of creating said mess coming in telling you like, let me tell you how to do this. I'm better than you, and I'm like when they're like, it's the same premise. Like the exact example would be like me arguing with old black people talking about, oh, we marched and we did all this. And I'm like, yeah, and the culture's worse. So like, why would I listen to anything you have to say? Like, I know that you failed. So like, I know you probably know some stuff, like there's information there, but that chip of you young whippersnappers, you guys ain't doing shit. I'm better than you. And let me tell you how it's done. That ego hits with that younger ego where you go, yeah, but your shit didn't work. Like, why are you coming at me like this? So you couldn't have the conversation. It'd be like if I came in hot and I was just like the initial conversation that we first had, Muslim guy, like if I would have allowed myself to continue to get fully triggered off that conversation, we would never have a good conversation.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that was a rage panel. That was supposed to be shit flinging.
True. You
beat me though. No, you hands down, you beat me. I couldn't reply. I said, "Reading's gay," and you're like, "That's why I'm rich and you're poor." And I'm like, you know what? Too fucking shame, motherfucker. Too fucking shame. I was like, I love this man. No homo pause.
Like, but you know, like but like I don't feel the reason we can communicate is because like, well, I worked in mental health for 6 years. I know how to communicate,
and I'm crazy.
I know how to communicate with people that are fucking mad, dude. Like, I had to talk to crazy people. Like,
Well, I'm certifiably insane and retarded, so you know exactly how to push my buttons.
Right.
Nice.
But like but like my deal is, I always see opportunities in situations like that. So like if you have somebody that you're contentious with, that you guys both get upset, like that's an opportunity for both of you, because like that's not going to be the only person that annoys you in that fashion, and you're not going to be the only person that gets under his skin. Like that's how you improve. You go, why can't I fucking talk to this guy? And then if you fix that to be able to articulate your ideas and have productive conversations. And I understand that sometimes there's people who are set in their ways, and like maybe that's just the way that shit goes. But what I'm pointing out is the opportunity for growth from both sides of this. Because like I didn't like the situation. I don't like it when people that I like argue with each other and are contentious, first of all. But the other piece of that is I'm like, okay, so you both just publicly showed that y'all can't talk. That's a kink in the armor. Like even when, like, remember the one that I showed when because like me and Information Man are cool now, but remember the video reaction that I did where he got upset? Like I was like, I'm not gonna match that energy. Period.
I feel you, because there's just some times where you have to look at people and like, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah. Well, no, you shouldn't argue. Well, the deal is this: you shouldn't argue with anyone. But it's like when you have a situation like that where somebody's getting contentious and they're like, that's an opportunity for growth, because the issue is now you guys are like, obviously he came out on the worst end of the deal, but you guys, like, it's not a good look from people who are supposed to be leaders to do that. Like, regardless, like, I don't think it's a good look for leaders to be able, because like you're supposed to be resolute when everyone else is freaking out. Like
that's why the homie Bumpkin is so good as a leader, because he doesn't
100%.
Get like that.
You don't freak out. Like
he
Bumpkin
fucking
be making
stays
that face
calm.
that he's making right now, and every once in a while, one of the eyes gets a little bit lower when he's really upset.
No, you guys' reaction when he flipped that fucking table, I didn't even notice Bumpkin's reaction, right? I didn't notice Bumpkin's reaction. I noticed yours. You were like, oh. Bumpkin was like, the fuck? Bumpkin's like, don't laugh. Don't you laugh. You know what you did. Bad. I quite frequently say, when in regards to Bumpkin, and New Frontier in general, I'm a pit bull named Princess.
I know.
And I fuck with people.
There's a lot of room for growth. You're a very smart man, and so I do expect better from you. So I am going to push you.
No. Now I have to do twice as hard to make you lose faith.
Fuck you. I'm just gonna keep telling you. I'll be like, listen, bitch. I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna just start texting you randomly throughout the day. Bitch, act right.
That might do some work. That might do some work.
But you know, it's just like my concern is, like I said, my concern is this. It's not necessarily this situation. This situation is a microcosm of multiple situations that are happening, and the opposition is not doing this, and they're getting results with less people because they're not doing this.
I'm gonna disagree.
Policy-wise, yes, they are. Policy-wise, yes, they are. If kids can pee and shit in cat boxes, they're getting results.
That is fair, but the left is not as organized as we like to think.
No, it's not that the left is. It's that specific community. I'm not saying the left. They're not getting every liberal policy. There's a group within that group that's getting shit done, at large, consistently. They're like, hey, these people are touching kids. Well, the Catholic Church. And then they all just shut up. The people who don't agree with it shut up. They're like, hey, bro, we getting these policies though. Like, we'll worry about that later. And that's the thing, that was what I was trying to get at. I'm like, if you're fighting a war, the issues between, like, if we went to war and because like not everybody likes their sergeants. I mean, even if, like, look at the wars that we didn't do well in. You know what was going on in Vietnam? People were killing their captains a lot.
Let me propose a situation, right? The leftist organization doesn't necessarily come from a lack of infighting and factionalism, right? Their organization comes from cosmopolitanism. And within homosexuality and people who are gay, you have a certain level of, like, about 90% are cosmopolitan, right? That means that they isolate themselves in large cities. They bend over backwards for corporations. And where the left gets their organization from is that a lot of that infighting can be sidestepped because corporations, in the name of profit, can throw cosmopolitans money.
Yeah,
That's why you also see a lot of. That's why in the new socialism you see a lot of capitalism and corporations getting what they want, because it's profitable. It is profitable to allow people to be gay. It is profitable to allow as much degeneracy as possible. So this organization and infighting can be sidestepped when you can safely go work for a corporation or be given money, and nobody looks at you for fraud. Nobody looks at you for issues. And I know this sounds like woe is me, but this is a fact. And the left is much more factionalized than we are.
Oh, 100%.
Right. And the
100%, but when we look at the policies, like the factions don't even matter because they have one faction within them that are in lockstep within their faction. Like if you break this down to a microcosm, look at the policies that are getting passed and for who. There's only one group of people on the left that are actually getting what they want. And then there's some like offshoot policies that are beneficial that the left are like, yay, criminals get to just be out in the streets. Oh, law's not law anymore, and if you attack criminals, then you're a criminal. But like the reality of it is the people that are by and large terraforming and changing this society is one faction within the left. Because you're right, they are fractionalized, but the LGHDTV community,
I love
they're not. They're not. They're not. And they're yelling the loudest because they're not factionalized within themselves, because the ones who don't agree don't get voices. They're like, we'll just kick those people out and we'll let them, they'll set the standard. If you go against us, we'll ostracize you. And not only that, they strategically ostracize people out into other communities to further push the agenda. Like they go, hey, you're a conservative gay person. Cool. Now we got one in the conservative camp. There's 10 of them over there. Now you've got people who go, hey, that policy doesn't sound that bad. Gerald's agrees with me on a value set, supposedly. I feel kind of bad about it. Like, cool. Like, we're going to go ahead and pass this. They're getting results because of the way that they're unified. Like, if you think about it from a strategic perspective, if you have a community that runs in lockstep and you ostracize out the dissenters into another community, even that benefits you, because then they go, oh, well, like, I know Jim, so like I kind of feel bad about this marriage thing. And then the next thing you know, kids are pissing and shitting in cat boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of it benefits them. Like, if you actually look at how this works, even the people they kick out, it still benefits them. And the people who, and like, once they set that standard, they go, okay, well, now if I'm in that community and I am conservative, they've taught me to be quiet, I'm also benefiting from the policies that they're getting passed for my silence. Right? So that specific microcosm, that's what I'm talking about. That's a faction within a factionalized left. But they're the ones getting results because of the strategy that they're running. And it works.
The thing about the homosexual lobby, right? The thing about that is, this is still some form of socialism that is leading to communism, right?
Right.
The problem is when you push homosexuality, and the people who have gone into this, it lends itself to socialist and communist revolutions. So it's not that they are getting what they want because they're in lockstep. They're getting what they want for the sake of fomenting revolution into society. That's the same reason that the criminals are allowed to be able to commit crime almost freely. Yeah.
Well, they're trying to make it so bad that we beg somebody to come fix everything, and then that's when they roll out the new thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right, Ray? If communism does take over in America, the saving grace is at least these people will be dealt with because they'll be seen as degenerates.
100%. First, they'll be dealt with first.
Yeah, no, most definitely. They will be
Like,
seen
like,
as
that's-
they will be
that's
seen
what's
as a
gonna
threat,
need-
and they'll be gone.
Like when they go, hey, we need somebody to come fix everything. It's so bad. They're gonna come in and be like, hey, thanks for your service. Got this room over here for.
They typically actually recruit right-wing people and say, if you pledge allegiance to the state and the people's republic, you'll be given land and a cushy position and a military job. And that typically is how they deal with their degenerates.
Because you know why? Because even in a communist dystopia, the only people that get shit done are people on the right.
Okay, hold on. We got it. We got an anonymous this time because I actually read the message because I do check my stuff. An anonymous donation, so we got to do this anonymously, even though I know who it is. And thank you. And yeah, so hold on a second. I gotta. Jesus Christ! Like I have so much stuff in here that like I keep forgetting where my stuff is. Oh, there it is. Boop, boop, and then we hit them with
Ladies
the.
and gentlemen, from parts unknown.
Hold on. See, I don't even. I've rearranged my
Here
stuff.
comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Cheating, cheating, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm with you there. It's just when you see a group of people getting results, and then like the way that they're getting results, the common differentiator for that specific group is I don't see them doxing each other and fighting the way that we do.
They most definitely do. The thing is, it's proximity. You're over here, they're over there. I've been in those circles for reasons, and
You looking for a man?
Huh? Actually, I like commie girls with the hammer and sickle tattooed on their titty, but that's beside the point.
Wow.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie, Muslim guy.
I told
Nah.
you know this.
Listen, I dated a commie Antifa chick for like I'd say like probably 8 months, and I'm not even joking, bro. Outside of her crazy ass views on life, bro,
The blue
sex
hairs
was
are
fucking
great.
amazing. Like she was ridiculous. Like she was vile. She was a vile creature. Like it was fucking wonderful. Except for like her and her friends were the worst. They were. It wasn't even that they were bad people. The funny part of it was she was rich. Like she had oil.
Yeah,
money.
they're all
Her
rich.
family had a rig around the area pumping oil, and I'm like, how can you think any of these things living the life that you live?
No life experience and indoctrination.
Facts.
Well, see, Bumpkin. Speaking of that, Bumpkin knows that I like the commie bitches. Commie bitches are wonderful wives and girlfriends.
But you know why they're the best though? It's because after the indoctrination, they take away their gag reflex. That's actually the best part.
Hey, Bumpkin.
Pumpkin is like,
Listen.
I'm never talking to either of you.
No, listen. I'll be the first one to admit I've been open about this. My only crux in life is dicking down liberal bitches. That's literally my only crux. I have a bad track record of this, man. Listen, when I was in high school age, man, I went to an alternative school in a liberal town. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh. Yeah.
Caught the neck for that one.
Oh, dude. So many memories. So many memories. You do realize I used to be a lot more politically extreme, right?
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna. I can't really tell this story. Damn it, I can't really tell this story. Because I run an organization.
Yeah, you do. But
Wait,
Yeah.
I run a social club though, so I might be able to tell this story.
It's locker room bro talk. You're good.
I might be able to tell this story. Okay. So I did used to be a NatSoc. I did used to be a National Socialist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a flag like this, but a swastika flag, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that I was that I had it hung up when I went to school, and me and this girl hit it off, and I brought her back to to my house. Parents weren't home. It was fine. You know what I mean? It was awesome.
Right.
She walks in. I forget. Looks up at the flag.
Oh no.
Go do it to him, Bumpkin. Do it to him.
And then looks down, ignores it. We fuck. And this is the best part. This is the best part. When she took off her shirt, bro. And this is why Orthodox guy referenced this earlier, you motherfucker. She had a hammer and sickle tattoo right above her breast. Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually
But
quite
that was
common
the
with
ultimate takedown. She looked up and she was like,
Red,
I'm a
brown
moral
alliance.
piece of shit, but I'm not stopping.
real red brown alliance going on there.
Oh my god.
all commie bitches want to fast you, man. That's truth.
That is a true statement. That is a true statement. It's weird. It's almost like they're not strong in their convictions. But
but my question is this: like, so after you bag a commie bitch, because like I always thought about this with the chick that I dated, like after you get done just defiling her, do you just like look down at her and be like, "It is art of it box now, comrade"? I thought about it a bunch of times. And I was like, man, she might not let me hit it no more. Like I'm gonna ride this out till I piss everyone she knows off.
Just straight out start speaking German to her,
Bro. Like they were like I used to do so. Like we used to get into like the dumbest arguments. Like the one that we broke up for was like she had some friends that were non-binary, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. And she was like, yeah, you just use they them, and I'm like, write me a story with that and make it make sense, please. Like shit, you
made her
died.
head explode.
Yeah, bro, I was just like, it doesn't make sense.
Please chill.
Yo.
Yo!
Oh, Mom, just tell you got to go to the monastery.
I
Just tell you got to go to the monastery and learn how to make beekeeping and wine and mead. That is always my get out of jail free card.
Bro, I'm just like it's interesting, like the way like some of these people function. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, and that dude, that was a one and done thing because I didn't want to get in a relationship with a commie chick at that time, right? She obsessed over me for the rest of the time I was at that alternative school. Like it was bad. Like you ever catch someone staring at you?
Yeah. Yep.
Every single day because we had the same class.
And she'd just be looking. She'd be giving you the gaze.
She would just be looking, and I'm like, bro, I'm not that good looking. Like, can you stop?
Bro, you ain't got to be good looking if you wreck a chick's soul, bro.
You gotta give her the iron fist, you know. Commie girls like that. They'll make her call you Papa Stalin,
bro. Like that's what I was saying. Like I've told people, I'm like, if you're partially sociable and like you know how to bang a chick's back out, like you can at least get a year out of a relationship, even if you suck. Like I was like, I don't understand. Like just
yeah, that's one thing I can't understand about these incel dudes.
Well, it just doesn't make sense. Like that was the whole part of the red pill that I never understood. I was like, no, my problem was keeping a relationship over a year, and like that really boiled down to like, well, you don't have your shit together. But like, I could ride off fumes for a year. I'm like, cool. Like if I get you home, I'm gonna at least be fucking you. Like,
if I get you home, I'm gonna give you the baby hand holding an apple.
Facts, dude. And then look, and you're gonna take that baby hand for at least a year till you get sick of my ass.
Well, Bumpkin mentioned incels, right?
Yeah.
And some friends of mine and I go to incel servers and talk to them. Right? They are the most pathetic group of people. Like I don't like kicking a dog when it's down, right? But they shit on women and they're like, I can't get a girlfriend. Why can't I get a girlfriend? Bruh. Maybe because you literally just shit on any woman that talks to you. Like one guy was telling a story. He's like, yeah, I was at the gym and I was talking to this girl and I thought she was feeling me. So I rubbed my hand down her back and she wigged out. It's like, yeah, you just met her and you rubbed your hand down her back.
Like you're touching people. Like do you not realize that some people don't want you touching them?
Maybe it's autism.
Well, I just think, dude, it's just a lack of social. It's stuff is so much different than like what it used to be. Like it's just they're not socialized. Like they're just not socialized people, and they're like, oh, they get super hype about like wanting to touch a girl and smell her socks or whatever, and next thing you know, they're just in some weird territory where they're catching a charge because they're stupid. Like,
Well, the story ended with him saying, "Yeah, I cussed her out and called her a bitch, and she stormed off." It's like, well, yeah, that's what happens. And I'm like, I asked the guy, I'm like, "Are you a real person? Is this a real story? Or are you just fucking
no,
with me
they're
right
they're
now?"
real people. They're just not. I mean, they just don't. If you don't have social skills, you don't have social skills, dude. Like it's just kind of what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
but you can't be that socially inept.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, like I've been out, dude. Like I've been out with my chick and seen dudes at the club like not know how to walk up and hit on her. Like
Jay,
and like
the
and
comment?
literally she'll just get uncomfortable and be like, dude, like these guys are like making me fucking feel her. I'm like, move over here. And then they'll just keep following her around, bro. Like sick puppies, and they'll just like stand around like she's supposed to talk to them. I'm like, bro, like if you're gonna do this, like don't be weird. And then I gotta go over, stand by her, look menacing, stare over at this little dysgenic skinny fuck, and be like, I'll fucking rip your neck off. And then he feels all embarrassed and goes and walks off and acts like his night's been ruined. Like,
Why'd you have to cuck the man like that, Ray? Why,
bro, I mean,
You broke his whole soul. You made another Wignat.
bro, probably, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, every time he goes in and he can't feel the sides, he's gonna know I was there. Like,
You gotta leave your mark on the world, right?
It's like it's like this. I feel bad for them, and I want to try to help them, but they don't want help. They want something to complain
Laura
about.
said, "So you're an Insta fraction."
Jay, did you see Jay's comment, by the way?
Hold on. He said, "Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's oh no." Jay Rillo's killing it, bro. Hold on 1 second. So I had a question that we kind of skipped past from Murda that I want to get. So, and I want to posit this to everybody because it's a good question. He said he's asking me, what is the most basic attack towards your ego that you wish could not push your buttons so easily? For me personally, it's my work ethic. When people imply or insinuate that I'm lazy, I lose my shit immediately. Like, I feel like if there was ever some random story that I was on the news, it'd be like somebody called me like a lazy fuck while I was on a job site and I accidentally killed them. like it'd be something along those lines.
Accidentally.
Right. Like I don't like that. I don't like the insinuation of it, and it does legitimately make me mad because of how hard I work. Like it's just like that's literally like you could say anything else about me, but if you were like you're fucking lazy, I'd be like, dude, like I will stab you to death, bro. Like I need you to substantiate this fucking claim that you just made immediately and make it make sense because I'm not seeing it. Like
For me personally, it's bringing up my past
and
some of the dumbass shit I did when I was a teenager.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fair.
So,
all right, Bumpkin, what you got?
It's a mixture between intelligence and it's a mixture, right? Because when people insinuate I'm dumb, that really pisses me off. But also, what even gets me more angry is when people insinuate I'm a narcissist. That's narcissist.
What?
Yes.
So every girl you've ever put your dick in made you super mad.
yeah. That was fucked up, Ray.
Bro,
We do got a point though, because they gonna hit you with that.
I've never really.
I've a narcissist.
I've never been hit with a narcissist from a woman.
Bro,
Really?
so you're telling me that the old hammer and sickle didn't look up at the flag, look at you, 3 pumps in, go, you narcissistic fuck, so that you'd rage fuck her?
Well, but Bumpkin probably had the hand firmly around the neck, and
You need to shut the fuck up.
and the other hand
You need to-
around the hair, yanked it like a.
listen, that was
my God.
a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
I guess in retrospect, it wasn't that long ago. Because I'm
about to tell you it was a long story.
Hold up. This is a good one. This is the one I want for you. What's your thoughts on this, Bunkin? It said a relationship kills the ambition of a man. In order for a relationship to work, one must become the slave of the other, man or woman.
I don't believe that's true at all.
Ooh, what's the pushback? What part of it?
The pushback is I don't think a relationship kills the ambition of a man. I think that only kills your ambition if it lets you. Sorry, if you let it. You have to, if you push through, right, and you lay out to your significant other, or you choose a proper significant other that is down for your cause and what you're trying to accomplish, or at the bare minimum is there to support you when you need someone to talk to, because that's what women are there for, besides a hole to fuck, by the way, boys. Then,
Hey. Don't you tell me the truth.
Then you can actually get stuff done. I don't think either one has to be a slave to each other. I think they complement each other, in all honesty.
Nice. Oh,
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. I like that. That was actually really good. That was actually, it's not actually, all your answers are generally really good. You're smarter than I am, but you know.
I'm not smarter than you are, because if I was, I'd be rich. If I was, I'd be rich.
No,
so
look, we can fill in that gap, man. You got the grade, and we can get you worked out.
Right, like soon.
I know you just not rich yet, bro. That's a matter.
I hate the IRS so much.
Dude, they suck. They suck ass.
Oh yeah, no, they are terrible.
Oh my God, Youngblood said you got that big white man.
It's called a Neanderthal brain. Fun fact.
Oh my
It's
God.
called a Neanderthal.
Shout out to Daryl Long in the
Ooga Booga.
building also. Stop by to say what's up.
Simp
Salute to you,
King
brother.
is here. What's up, Daryl?
Yes, sir.
Another thing when it comes in relationships, right? Like typically, I'm gonna be real. Typically, when a relationship fails, it's the man's fault, because it's up to the man to choose a mate that compliments him. If you're just looking for a hole to fuck, you're gonna get fucked over.
Yeah.
Well, hold on now. Now, the issue is this: like sometimes shit be happening to women, bro, that we just can't control, and you can't solve for it. Like I had a client went through, his wife literally started going through menopause. They've been married for over 20 years. She's been a stay-at-home mom for like over 15 years. Right? Good life. Rich. She woke up, started going through menopause, and she started going through menopause and decided that she was going to start shacking up with her ex-boyfriend from when she was 14 that she randomly found on Facebook, and then left this man and the kids.
So what you be saying is bitches be crazy.
Sometimes. I'm just saying the opposition has a say. Like you can't. I mean, there's literally it happens to dudes too. Like there was a client that we had a case study on when I was in mental health, that the dude, his polarity in his brain flipped, like the fluids in his brain like flipped around, and basically he woke up one day, perfectly good husband, woke up one day and just started beating the fuck out of his wife. And didn't stop. And she had to leave him, and it was like a whole thing, and they were like, we don't know what's wrong with him, and they took him in, and they were like, the polarity in his brain shifted, and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, basically, except for it was permanent.
So could be the cause of that, right? I ain't gonna make that joke. That's fucked up. Never mind.
Oh my God. He said he's only asking one time while he's hitting you. Hold up. Glazy's trolling. He doesn't like the NF flag. He said, "Stop altering the flag."
Well, if you knew anything about this flag, and if you knew anything about the way the flag goes, you know that this is not an altercation. Right? It's not altering the American flag. This was actually, besides the NF in the middle, this was actually a version of an American flag at one time. This was one of the proposals of an American flag before we had our bars and stars that we have today. So, fun fact. And later on, it actually got turned into, I think it's like the National Secretary of the United States, something like that, which that job doesn't exist anymore. So now we have this flag.
Oh, thanks, Murder. Just wait till fall. That's my season, because then I can make it cold in here and I can wear sleeves. Like,
He'd be like, "That's my season. That's when the white
dude,
girls
Yeah.
pumpkin spice."
fall. I
How
dress up
cold does
like
it get?
Han
How cold
Solo.
does it get there? Right? How cold?
It doesn't get cold. Like, I do cold training. It doesn't get cold. Like, it doesn't get for real cold. Like, we get every once in a while we'll get like the polar vortex and it'll get sub-zero here, but normally, like every day during the winter, regardless of what the temperature is, the first 30 minutes of every rough-in that we do, which we're exposed to the elements on those, I work in a t-shirt. No matter what the temperature is, because it's never gotten that cold to where I couldn't. It'll get, before it gets to the cold point that I can't wear a t-shirt for 30 minutes, we can't run line. So, like, I just don't have to go to those shops.
Should totally from this day forward start swimming until mid-December, and you'd be able to handle your cold tolerance, because that's what I plan on doing this year.
What was it? One more time?
From this moment forward, from this day forward, or the next day forward, go swimming every day or every other day until the mid-December, and you'll be able to handle anything cold ever.
Oh, Jesus. That sounds terrible.
No,
actually.
it's fucking amazing, bro. And, like, dumping into that water and that refreshing, it's like I ain't gonna say what it's like, but it's amazing. Like, it's beautiful. And then
Dude, I had,
the strength you get from swimming.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dude, last year, I was working on a house, and, like, I'd normally, like, it was, like, during one of the warmer days, but, like, the sun was out, and so it was, like, I'd say probably quarter of the way through the winter, and I'm in there doing my cold training, and, like, if I get a good work pace going, I just won't put my jacket back on until I feel like I'm cold. And so, like, I'm working up a sweat, and the plumbers showed back up because, like, they had something else they had to fix, and they're in, like, full-on Carhartt overalls, and they walk in and they look at me, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "It's fucking cold." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And, like, I check my phone, and it's, like, 30 degrees, and I'm like, like, whatever.
I'm outside
It's not that
in
bad.
gym shorts and, like, a t-shirt on and
Bro,
flip-flops
I
when there's
wear
snow on the ground.
pants. I wear pants, but, like, I can, like, if it's like 32 and the sun's out and, like, I can get some sun on me a little bit, I won't get cold at 32. Like,
Shit.
once I get acclimated, like, I'll just be like, cool, I'll work my whole day like this and sweat. Like, I don't.
Shit, you gotta weld, Ray. You gotta start welding, all right? Because, like, you'll be able to fucking walk around with, like, shorts and flip-flops
Laura.
on, there's snow on the ground.
Laura P in the chat. Winnipeg ain't shit.
Oh,
Winnipeg
What?
ain't shit.
it's colder where you are than Winnipeg?
Yeah, it's like -30, -40.
Yeah, screw that. I wouldn't even wear a if you take your jacket off, you just die. Like,
Go out there and piss, have a fucking frozen icicle.
facts, dude. Like, your fucking whole dick freezes off.
I mean, shit, look at the plains like that. It gets cold like that because there's no fucking trees to break up the fucking wind. So you're getting hell.
Laura, you are capping. I live in a cold place. You live in a cold place. You know damn well it's not -40, -45 every single day of January. You know
Bro,
you're
Laura-
capping.
Laura's gonna have to show us those weathers. She's gonna have to start posting videos of the weather clips up there. They're like, show us the news. I want to.
I think Murder had a question for me though.
I'm gonna throw a cup of coffee in the air and it's gonna turn into snow.
Oh, yep. Here we go. Pumpkin. Do you think that today's youth plays a big role in New Frontiers' overall agenda? I'll let you rock out on that. I'll be right back.
I specify youth, right? I don't want to work with anyone under the age of 18 for starters. Now potentially maybe like setting up youth programs later on, maybe, but if we're talking about youth like 18 to 25 or something like that, yeah, absolutely. That's like young age fighting men, and they're usually driven by their egos or love for their country. So yeah, definitely. That's basically our demographic of who we're looking to work with. That being said, I mean, we're willing to work with older people as well, but yeah, definitely that's the demographic we're looking for, because that's the youth. That's who's going to own the future of this nation. That's who's going to be around the longest, pretty much, and they're old enough to actually fight will not physically fight, legally fight for their future, and they have the right to. By the way, they have the right to, because they're actually going to have to live in the system that the boomers have fucked up. So they're actually gonna see the end results of 60 years of bullshit policies.
Oh, does anyone snowboard?
No, I
live in the
don't.
south. We mountain
Sandboard?
No, mountain board. The fucking tires on the side of the board.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Those are cool.
It's fun, especially when you're going down like an old spillway.
Dude, those
Well,
things
What
are
is
freaking
not
awesome.
fun is hitting a rock and figuring out you cannot fly.
That's literally the reason I never got a motorcycle. Like when I was in my senior year out of high school, I was saving up to buy a motorcycle, and my buddy who already was into bikes and had a motorcycle hit a stick and then slid down the road, and I was like, "Nah, bro, that ain't for me." I was like, "What happened?" Because he like came in and had like road rash a little bit on his arm, was a little bit fucked up, and I was like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "I hit a stick." I was like, I can't be getting taken out by sticks, bro."
How big was this? Was it a twig or was it a log?
I mean, it was something that you wouldn't have flipped over and slid down the road in your car on. That's what I do know.
That's the greatest answer ever. If you had 4 wheels, you would have ran that bitch over.
Shit.
Look at you.
Like, I ain't about that life, bro.
Ray
like-
should hit it. What did you learn?
No, but I should have. Like,
That's
hold up. Hold up. Guns and Butter was asking, what are our thoughts on Fed staying put on the interest rates? I think that they're going to do another. They're definitely going to do another rate hike probably before the end of the year.
Most for sure.
But I think that so. I honestly wish they would have just raised it all the way to the max rate that they were going to do it at the very beginning and let us have that shock versus this little mini. It's like it's at this point, it almost seems, in my opinion, that this is another form of market manipulation at this point. Because I'm like, if you know you're going to raise it to 5 or whatever percent, right? And you just keep like baby stepping this up, knowing full damn well the market's going to rebound, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. I'm like, bro, I feel like those dudes are placing trades and then giving answers. Like it doesn't make sense because what they're doing, y'all ain't stopped buying shit. So it's not working. Like this whole stair step thing is not working. Like credit card debt just broke $1 trillion. Y'all ain't stopped buying shit. You ain't even got money and you're still buying.
Right. And that's still like 4 times less than student loans or auto payments. Right. 2 of the most important things in the modern world. And we ain't talking, underwater Mongolian basket weaving. We're talking about shit in STEM fields. And student loans also apply to trade schools.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna, so for me, like, I don't look at it because like most of my wealth is in crypto. Like I'm just not like, for me, buying the next property is a math deal. Like if I can make the numbers work, I'm gonna get it. I don't care what the interest rate is. Like if I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna make money. It's drying up money for other people. I mean, I personally am going the opposite direction. I'm trying to get the credit card debt completely gone. It's basically gone. Like next paycheck, it's over. Outside of the stuff that I put on to pay off at the end of the month on my active credit card, but like all the other shit gone. People are so hung up and like the traditional markets are so hung up on it, but I'm like, if they keep ratcheting it up, eventually it's gonna tank the economy, and we're in a recession now, but they're gonna have to say we're in a recession, and once they say we're in a recession, that's when shit's gonna get bad. Yeah,
they can't. It's like saying Voldemort. They can't do it.
Well,
right.
There's evidence to say that we're in a silent depression.
100%. No, we are.
Yes.
It's terrible. It is terrible right now.
And this is before COVID, gentlemen. This is even before COVID.
Yes, and keep in mind, during COVID, they printed so much money that towards the end of COVID, 70% of the money that was in circulation after the COVID era was printed within the COVID era.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
I don't know if you know anything about fiat currency,
Yep.
but that's not fucking good to do. And
Well,
listen,
saying-
I'm not a brainiac, but go ahead.
All I'm saying is Weimar conditions require Weimar solutions.
Bruh. Good God. I mean, yeah, it's just not gonna. It's not. This whole situation is not going to benefit the people who are not dialed in and aware of what's going on, because it's a dog and pony show. So like, watch how bad once they have to finally acknowledge that we're in a recession, which at that point we're going to be full damn well into a depression by the time they say that. Watch how bad that gets when they finally have to acknowledge it, because you can only fudge those numbers around so much before it's just like, oh, everything's expensive. Yeah, we're in a recession. Like, but
Wait
are
until they
believing-
tell you the true unemployment rate.
Right. Well, I mean, they just it's one of those things where, and like that's the reason I believe that like the immediate foundation that any society has to have in order for people to be able to navigate it appropriately is they have to be financially literate. Like you just have to. You have to understand finance and how money works, regardless of whether you agree with it or not, because you're in the game, whether you like it or not. And all these people who are claiming to not compete, they're just losing. And like you can be like, oh, I'm not competing, but it's like, yeah, but you're just getting your neck stomped on. Like you just gonna lay there and just get your neck stomped on till you die? Like that sucks. Like you're in the game whether you like it or not. Like you eat food, you buy gas, you buy things. Like you're in the game. So you have to understand how they're taking your money, but like when it comes to the government, you have to understand how they're siphoning off your ability to create wealth. Period. Like that's one of the key games that people keep skipping over because I'm like,
Don't
well, I
judge me.
I'm judging you right now, Orthodox. I'm judging you hard right now. If it walks on two legs, this man's like.
We throwing it up. We throwing it up.
You didn't have to do me like that, dog. You didn't have to do me like that.
Bruh. Hey, man, I was trying, shoot. Hey, bro. Shots, man. Shots.
She says Georgia might be too warm for me, though.
Yeah, but there's plenty of lakes and rivers you can go swimming in.
Dude, y'all got them stagnant lakes.
Hell no, bro.
You got them. You crawl into the lake one time and your brain got eaten by a
Bro, you
bacteria,
talking
like,
about Florida and Texas.
Your lake's got lead in them.
Well, that part might be true, but that's the whole South right there.
Like, where's this? It's the pink chip oasis.
Listen. At least you guys don't have 7 months of winter, okay? At least.
That's
Bro,
ridiculous.
you made my heart sad right there.
We gotta get you like a 7 months.
Pretty
I
much.
like cold weather,
We
and
out
that's
there
expensive.
hunting mammoths.
Bro, for real.
I wish there was mammoths here because there'd be something to do in the fucking winter. There'd be something to do.
I mean, there's a lot to do in the winter.
Bro, we gotta get
Shut
a
up,
winter
Orthodox.
job in a summer climate, bro. We gotta get them up out of there. You gotta do a conference or something somewhere where the sun still comes out.
She doesn't
Bro.
want to get eaten by a drink.
That
that's
is
it.
fair. I was at the river today and I kicked the shit out of a giant fucking alligator gar. That bitch swimming next to me like, get away from me.
What?
An alligator gar?
Yeah, we in the lake in the river I swim in. Somebody introduced the alligator gar, and they get quite large, and they'll swim beside you and check you out, and like you'll be standing on a rock, and then it'll move, and you'll be like, oh, that wasn't a rock.
Oh shit.
I just want to point out what Muslim guy's talking about here.
It's a prehistoric fish.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull this up for you, Ray. Here you go. Right? So that's an alligator gar,
Oh,
right?
hell no. Nope.
It's right in the
Kiss
fucking
my ass
snout.
on that,
I
bro.
was like, bam. My uncle, when I was walking across the dam a couple years ago, my uncle pointed out and there's 3 of them big some bitches swimming next to me, and I'm like, y'all finna get eaten.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous.
Hey, look, the meat's good as fuck.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Laura. Yeah, it is. It is good. Yeah, Laura. I'm in North Dakota, so I'm literally like a state away from Canada. So
Yeah, the only big catfish we have down here are the ones that eat the prostitutes that they throw into the river.
I mean,
that was rude. I don't think the prostitutes deserve that one.
It's a real thing, though. It's a real thing. So the funny thing about the Missouri River is if you look at it from the top, like at any high point along the river, you can see whirlpools because the Missouri River coming through Kansas City actually has 2 currents that go 2 different ways. And so like you're not supposed to be out there on anything that can tip over because if you go underwater, you're just dead. Like they're like, if you go underwater, you're just not coming back up. Like if you get off the surface, it's over.
So wait, it is not advised to swim in that water.
No, not that river. Not through Kansas City because it goes both directions and there's whirlpools everywhere. And it's like if you get submerged fully, it's over. Like they'll find you somewhere miles away and you will be dead and eaten by catfish because that's what they do. They just wait down there for it.
They're just down there plotting on your downfall,
Facts,
looking up at you.
dude.
Motherfucker, jump if you want to. Oh, you can swim.
For real,
You can swim.
Bro, they're throwing up gang
I'll tell you,
signs.
if you could fish the bottom of the Missouri River, I guarantee there's some prehistoric monster-sized catfish down there that have just been eating people. Like, guarantee it.
I fucking damn. Oh, you quit walking, all right? We bloods down here, dog.
Get right for real.
They're throwing up gang signs and shit.
Like, does that catfish have a bandana on? Like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, wrong hood, motherfucker.
Bro.
We don't like them air breathers.
Bro,
We don't like
it's
them
for
air
real, bro.
breathers.
Like, I was like, I won't eat anything that comes out of that river, bro. I'm like, I stopped eating catfish once I realized what was going on. I was like, this is borderline cannibalism of the lowest of our class.
the hooker seasoning makes it taste amazing.
Ugh. Oh.
It's all those STIs.
There's, oh, God. Come on, man. It mixes with the grease and just hits that zest.
It's the zest of knowing.
Oh, my God. They no, there's one type of catfish that I do like, and it's they don't eat stuff on the bottom. They actually eat other fish. And so like it's meatier. It's like it isn't slimy.
Bro, that like catfish, I hate to tell you this, but catfish will eat anything.
They do, but there's like a predatory type of catfish that like actually hunts shit.
That's
And
all
generally
catfish, right?
No. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying there's the catfish that are slimy. Those things basically live on the bottom of a fish tank and they eat shit.
I
That's why they're
just hate having a clean catfish for a catfish fry because you got to get the fucking needle nose pliers and yank.
Oh, to
the
get all the
fucking skin
micro
off.
bones out.
Well, no, it's the skin because like you don't scale them like you do a regular fish. You have to actually rip the fucking skin off and peel them.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah,
So-
catfish
Catfish
are
are
retarded.
basically living bananas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh fuck!
So this is the type of shit when I grew up in Washington, right? This is the type of shit that would just be swimming yearly next to the river that I was in, right?
I'm about to show you a used condom.
Oh,
No, so this is the type.
no.
Jesus Christ!
I don't fuck with
almighty.
that either. Why do y'all all have monsters in y'all's water, bro? Like,
See,
No, but this monster is delicious though.
Yeah,
That's-
but see, I like to swim nude sometimes, and that just is a scary proposition right there.
that thing would gobble your whole dick up and walk away, bro.
No, they're not really that's a king salmon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks okay. Then salmon is delicious. I love salmon.
Yeah, but it's like, you know how you like have to pay a shit ton of it at the store, right? You're like, oh, I have to buy salmon and it's super expensive, especially if it's king, right?
Yeah.
Yearly, those big fuckers used to run up the river that I could walk to. And you were allowed two a day.
So what you be
Did
saying
just eat
is,
fresh salmon all year.
Yeah, yearly. And 2 a day if I can go out there and fish, I can bring two in a day. I can have salmon all year round. I just deep
You
freeze
need a
it.
spear gun for that big motherfucker.
Bro. I'm
They
hungry
lo-
now.
You know, it's a really.
Is it 11? Is it 11 yet? I'm ready to go get some food, man.
You know, it's a really fucked up thing that you do to fish these fucking things. So if you can hook a female, because salmon only come up that river because they're going to hatch their eggs, right?
Right.
So if you can hook a female that's coming up the river and you can take her eggs out, and then you take the eggs, right, salmon eggs, you hook it up on the hook, and then you toss it back in, and you just set up your line to where where the weight will sink and the bait will float, right?
Right.
And so it's really fucked up, right? Because other salmon will see the eggs just floating there, and they don't try to eat them, but they're like, oh shit, that's extra eggs. We have to bring them to the nest. So they'll put them in their mouth to try to carry those eggs to get to the nest upriver. And as soon as they put them in their mouth, you just fucking hook them. So you're basically using their offspring.
You're a dick.
To
you
hunt
throw the
them.
eggs back out there after you get your second one, so that way you can they can go make some more salmon. You a dick, bro.
Use
so
their
mean.
unborn against them.
By the way, if you live in Washington, don't get caught doing that. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I'm pretty sure it's called
I'm
Washington.
pretty sure that level of fishing is dick wrong. Like that's
That's that filthy, dirty bastard shit I like doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you will get a shit ton of salmon like that, but only
God,
2 a
that
year.
sounds awesome. I would love 2 salmon a day.
Legality on just throwing a net out there and be like, come here.
You cannot do that
Can
because
you punch them?
Washington.
Can you punch them?
What do you mean?
So like when we were like 16 and I was an asshole.
Do you mean like jump in the water and fight them?
No, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
You can try. There's no legality.
Big ass salmon.
There's no legality about it, right? You can jump in there and try to wrestle a salmon. I knew a guy that got a salmon from throwing a rock from a cliff.
Oh, and he just knocked it out and then ran down.
Yes,
Dude,
he saw a big ass salmon because they're fast, but they move pretty slow as well in the water when they're just like gliding. And
Yeah.
he saw it, and he was up on top of a hill, and he just dropped it like over the edge, and it fell and hit him right in the head, and you just saw the fish turn upside down and just float to the top.
Oh shit!
Caveman, that bitch in the dome.
And then he jumped from the cliff into the water and grabbed that bitch, and we ate it, and it was good. We ate it, and it was good.
That's fucking awesome. So we used to fish, and when I was like 16, since we're talking about stupid shit we did when we were younger, we would catch the fish, and like we wouldn't keep them. We would just like punch them a little bit in the head and then throw them.
Are you just making fish retarded?
No, dude, fish aren't. No, shut up, Bumpkin. Stop looking like that. You just give them a little boop and then throw them back. Like, let 'em know.
Imagine getting abducted by aliens. They fucking punch you in the head. Take you
Well,
back.
I mean,
That's
it's
what
better
you
than
did to that
hey,
fish.
bro. It's better than shoving shit up its ass.
Well, I have a story now.
I mean, honestly, if I got captured by aliens and they just booped me when it threw me out the fucking
Oh my
ship,
god.
I'd like that better than getting
you
broke.
know, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, you'd be
Okay,
what
so
the
you guys ever rock skip turtles?
You know, it would be a really, really fucking awesome side project.
What,
A Joe Rogan type podcast.
dude? It would be funny. That would be
Be
fun.
fun as hell.
It wasn't that funny. Sugar Bum, why you look why your picture look like the Sugar Puff poor girl?
Dude, she's got Sugar Bum got all the infinity wigs. She's my personal troll. So have you guys noticed that
Infinity
I'm like
wigs?
one of like 3 people that she's nice to?
Damn.
Yeah. It's my personal troll, man. Fuck with me, I'll send Sugar Bum to your chat.
I'll
And
make
she
her.
will tear your show apart.
No, she won't. No, she won't. Because no black woman can resist the wrench. They cannot resist the wrench.
Well, it's not that. She's just be on people's necks and like they don't like it. Like she used to troll the shit out of me all the time, and like we just made friends. You got a question, Orthodox guy. I'm gonna pull it up for you and I'll read it. Orthodox guy, do you have any resentment towards the Catholic religion, being that your parents might have shoved it down your throat? Ooh.
I was actually born in the American South, so it was Protestantism. But I do, since I'm a student of history, I actually do resent Catholicism for being the cause of the schism and a lot of the root cause, a lot of the things that you see going on with the churches around the world. Because they are the direct cause of liberalism in the church and homosexuality being accepted in the church.
Did you? So, I mean, you got to also point out, though, to their credit, they're really good about going around and cleaning up / digging up their messes to hide them in their vaults.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. They just one blunder after another, and it's just like...
Well, they've got all the information, too. They're just is this incriminating to us?
Well, they're like, it's because we're the Church of God. It's no, because you've siphoned so much wealth that you just throw money at a problem. And then you leave your fellow Christians at the behest of barbarians.
Not Lost is coming over. I saw him.
You know what?
Was over rocking out on Dr. Nakumbe's show. I hope you enjoyed the show over there. Like, that show is really good. So I was super sad that I didn't get to stay for longer, but I was running late, and that was the only reason I got to listen.
Again, not lost. That's thanks to the Catholic Church. So thank you for proving my point. You're not gonna make me mad.
I hate that fucking profile picture so much.
I like it. I think it's kind of cool.
Why is he green?
Why not? He's probably
It's stupid.
probing and people in the head before throwing them out of the spaceship.
When you say boop, you make it sound innocent, right? You was going. You wasn't going no.
I mean,
boop.
I wasn't like freaking keeling back, slugging them. Like it was just like a little, like I captured
you ain't gonna tell me that you and your friends.
Like,
You ain't gonna tell me you and your friends didn't throw them fish up in the air and go. Jah.
No, we didn't do that. Like I would just hold it, and when it was doing the little, I'd be like, boop, and I'd throw it back in the water.
Sup, Robin Goodfellow. Knotless, the thing is, though, about that question, what would a homosexual man do in the 13th century? Become a monk. So Orthodox Christianity allows priests or monks to actually get married. They allow them to get married. They don't deny their holy men that natural practice of having a wife.
What you're supposed to do.
What you're supposed to do, which... I have no idea why the Catholic Church decided it'd be a good idea to not have any of their priests get married.
See, the Orthodox Church actually, it's actually desired, because if you enter the priesthood and you're not married, it's expected of you to not get married. But in order to become a priest, it's expected of you to be married, because it's seen as a man who doesn't lead his home and does not have a family cannot lead within the church, because part of being a man is having a family.
Yep. And that's why Orthodox Christianity is so based.
That's also why we don't have fucking kitty diddlers that come into the church.
So true.
And when that rare, super rare occasion happens, they're mostly in an Eastern European country, and they just get taken out of the woods and left there.
Did you guys see that story in Russia about there's this pedophile? Right,
I got something to say to that when Bumpkin's done.
Yeah, there was this pedophile that a dad found out that he was trying to get his daughter, right?
His best friend, by the way.
His best friend. And this was in Russia. And the dad stabs the dude 22 times, right? Buries him somewhere. And the Russian government learned about the story and said that the dude committed suicide.
Yeah, no, okay, so there's a little bit that Bumpkin's leaving out, right? He was taken to court for this, found not guilty, and then the newspaper in the official Russian government stories he committed suicide.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
That
I
is
mean, hey,
awesome.
the man committed
That's how you
suicide.
handle it. That's
Well, no,
how you
I don't know what
handle
you
it.
mean. He committed suicide. He felt so bad for betraying his friend, he stabbed himself 23 times.
Yeah.
No,
And buried his own grave.
When you find penance
Based.
from the Lord, it's amazing what miracles happen. But no, Protestantism doesn't have priests because Protestantism is mostly low church, and they don't have priests. They don't even the high church Protestants don't have an ecumenical order.
Yes.
So it's actually very easy. I can literally be ordained. This is what I get in 1 Timothy 2:12. A woman shall not hold authority in the church, or hold authority over man, and she shall not teach. Me and my Protestant family members, especially women who are preachers, get really upset when I bring this up. They bust out their card that says they're ordained to preach. I'm like, oh, the teachings of the Lord versus a paper written by a man. So. And they don't like that, and then they go, "You invalidate me as a Christian." I'm like, no. God invalidates you as a
people
preacher.
actually use those words? Like, if somebody said that to me, like if I was like sitting there and they were like, "Call me Zim," and I was like, "No, I don't believe in that. Like, I don't know what that means. Can you explain it?" And she was like, "You invalidate me as a person." I'd be like, "You're a fucking dork."
I can't say this.
You know?
I can't say that because that specific conversation was between me and my grandmother. She's an ordained minister.
I would have told her she was a fucking dork.
You're a boomer. Our time is now, old lady.
Oh my god. No, I would just be like, "You're a fucking dork, grandma." Like, why would stop being dumb?
Hey, why do you sound like your granddaughter, okay, with pink hair?
Bro. Facts.
Some of these boomers be trying to act like that too. That's the crazy thing. Listen, guys.
Graham, you can't be a preacher. God said so.
Bro,
So true, though.
I would give. Oh, did you answer the question?
I thought I did.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I just didn't
Yeah,
want to.
well, basically, I'll just go back over it, right? Protestants don't have priests. They don't have an ecumenical council or ecumenical priesthood. I'm probably butchering that word because I'm retarded.
Okay. All right.
I'm probably gonna hit the sack.
I know. I'm not too far behind you, brother. I'm not mad at you. Thank you for coming and hanging out, though.
Don't you only have like 20 minutes to go anyway?
No, I'm staying on till 11 my time. It's not 11 my time. I mean, I'll stay on till 11 as long as people are still talking. But
yeah, I just got to work tomorrow, and I'm kind of tired tonight.
Bro, I'm gonna be going in.
You know why I'm tired. You know why I'm tired, Ray. You know why I'm tired.
Yeah,
I called you at work. Yeah.
Did you count all of them? Were they
No.
all short?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, hey, whoa! What happened, Bump?
Dude, they had him on some fuck shit today, bro. Like, he was talking to me this morning. I was like, bro, I don't want your day.
Well, tomorrow's Friday, so haha. So first off, I'm in a shitty lift because my lift broke down because the wheel randomly decided to go flat, then come off the brim, and then the tire shot. So, by the way, the tire shot, Ray. So we have to wait 2 more days, all the way up until Monday, to get a new tire on a forklift. Yeah. So, and it's not like a small forklift; it's a Category 7, so it's a big ass wheel. So, anyways, they told me because of the company's incompetence, because there's cores in the middle of a giant maxi roll, right, of plastic pipe. There's a plastic core, then a bunch of pipes wrapped around that to a certain footage, right? Mm-hmm. So 18-inch cores, because of the company's incompetence, they were allowing short cores to come back, and then they were taping extra cores onto the short cores to make them long cores. And the company said, the corporate said, you can't do that. They have to, the full core has to be there. You can't tape more on there. So then we just had, a bunch of short cores mixed in with the 18-inch core pile. And so now they want me and every other production hauler, but mainly me because I'm the one that does fucking anything there. They want me to go through all 500 of those pipes, which are all stacked up. They've been stacked up there for years. go through all those pipe, sort them out, pretty much by hand, mark the bad ones, and put them somewhere else.
Bro, you just got the metaphorical pipe laid upon you. They gave you the shaft, dog. They didn't even spit on it.
I was taking my lunch today, and I set it up too. I set it up. The production manager, right? He walked in there. He was heating up his food in the microwave, and he's like, I'm like, how's your day going? He's like, good. How's yours? I'm like, it sucks. Why? And I'm like, because I'm having to go through all those chores. She's like, oh yeah, that's right. That does suck. I'm like, yeah. Remember when you specifically said I wouldn't be doing that?
Then you should hit him with it. So how about a raise? What are we looking at on the compensation?
King Shenard is mad.
Oh no, King Shenard's over. Hey, it's pinned to the top of the chat if you want to come up, bro.
King Shenard is mad because this white
King
boy.
Shenard mad you have a job? Is that why?
Yes. I told him last time we talked, right, that welfare check is underneath his work boots. He needs to go lift them up, put them on, and start doing something.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all give King Shitty a fucking time of day.
I didn't know he knew my channel existed. I don't know why he would come over here.
Well, I've been on CT. I've been on CT, and I've been talking about Ray's channel.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn it, bro. Listen, I love CT, but like the dysgenic fucks that like to go over there and troll.
Dude,
just understand, you're going to be the stupid kids in the class over here because like I don't play that shit. Like this isn't a troll panel. Like it's not gonna be fun. Like, yeah,
right.
Yeah. I do,
I'll tell you what
still
though.
have that civil rights haircut, but I got them reparations paychecks, bro.
So here's the thing, right? I'm probably gonna host more on. Did you see that show that I hosted on KLX
No, I
channel?
didn't get to see. It's like, so I tap in every once in a while, but it's always like somebody that I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. And I didn't see that you were hosting one. You got to get like your picture down in the corner so I know who's hosting. That's
it was down in the corner.
Oh, fuck you. I just didn't. I ignored it.
I'll just start
He
texting
sends
you
me
when
all the episodes. He sends them to me. He sends me every one. But, like, I'm like, dude, I'm not going over there if I have nothing to say. Because I'm at work, so, like, I would have to actually take a lunch and stop working. And I'm like, and I don't like listening to people yell while I'm working. Because I want to yell. And, like, hearing you guys yell, it's like you're getting the release that I can't get. It's like some weird, like, not allowing yourself to nut type situation, so I can't listen to it while I'm working anymore.
Accurate. Here's the thing, though. With that, I didn't realize how many cash apps he receives.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna put this in perspective, right? And I'm just gonna say the number because it's fine. Because anyone that watches the stream can count. Every time I shout out a donation, then you know. I made $195.
Oh shit! How long was your stream?
4 hours.
Oh shit!
I want to put this into perspective for
Maybe
everyone.
Maybe we gotta start catering to the trolls. King Shinar, get your bitch ass up.
I wanna put this into perspective, right? I make $22 an hour, which is not that bad of a wage. I worked 8 hours today, and that's $176 before taxes.
Right. Maybe we're doing it wrong. I mean, CT's good at what he does. That's for damn sure. It's just I can't. I don't like arguing, and I don't like yelling, and I don't like hearing people argue and yell constantly. Now, if you're gonna okay, so like I am partial to a table flip here and there, but I don't like it all the time. Like every once in a while, it's good if it's warranted. Like if it's a heated conversation, but it's like every day. That sounds like work, man. like you're just talking to people because you see him sitting in there and like some of these people will be talking and he just gets that look on his face like I know you're stupid, but you're here. We're gonna have to make some content out of this.
No, see, I feel like I want to go over there so I can make more people flip tables.
I saw you sitting up there. I was like, "What is this dude? What y'all done let fucking Muslim guy over on CT's channel. I was like, this can't go well.
You can blame Jay Rillo for that. Jay Rillo was like, "Hey, check out this channel. You should go. Oh, you should go on panel." I'm like, What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Oh, here, you got a question from Murder. He said, do you think you and Mike Rage can have a civilized debate about solutions for the world? If so, how would you approach the issue? Ooh.
I do. I do think we can have. If he comes in, he's like, "Okay, here's what I did. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up later, Bump."
Good night, Bumpkin. You have a good
I'll
one. Brother.
probably be asleep, but all right, Ortho.
All right. Yes, I do think me and Mike Rage can have a civilized debate. The only thing, and here's the thing. Here's another thing, Ray. I'll say this before I answer the question. One of the things about you were talking about, Snowman, which is, I believe, the same age as Mike Rage, right? Same age group, right? Similar, similar
I think
stuff.
So. I think they're close, similar. Actually, I don't know, dude. I think Snowman might be closer to my age. He's just not aging as well.
Well, okay, so
I don't know. I don't think I'm younger than both of them. I thought me and Snowman were close to the same age. Mike's older than. I think. I don't know. I don't fuck,
that's a
man.
stumper for you, ain't it?
Look. After a certain point, I just start. You just end up in the old nigga category, and that's just where you live, bro. Like we don't factionalize after that. It's just like, you old? Are you older than me? Fuck you.
Jesus Christ. But so okay, same age bracket, same type of deal, right? Snowman has been able to prove that he's about it, and he does what he says he does, right?
Yeah.
I simply ask Rage questions. He gets uppity and pissy, and then I go troll mode. All Rage has to do is say, "This is what I've done. This is me here, which is what Snowman did. And I'll shut the fuck up and listen. But all right, well, I think this is a plan. How do you think? How in the past have you tried this in the past? How was it smacked down? I mean, I don't mind extending the olive branch to Rage, but if you're going to come in and you're going to be boisterous, I'm going to ask you questions. You can't say shit like you can do it better than the U.S. military can. Do what? Exactly. You can't say shit like that and expect somebody not to ask questions. And then when you get pissy about it, then be like, so if that's not what you mean, what did you mean? And that's all it was a circular firing squad about questions. So I do think that we can have a peaceful debate, and I don't mind how I would approach it. As I would ask him for proof, not some stack of papers like Snowman said on his stream, not some stack of papers on a desk. Actual proof, because Snowman has videos of him at these protests, at these places, talking to people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think you guys could. I think it would be an interesting conversation, but like, y'all, when you go into troll mode, bro, like you literally just be getting at the soul of people, and it's ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing? And you're just like, yo, I'm about to fucking freak Keisha, bro.
I'm evil, hot blacker than Don Cheadle.
Bro, I've been trying to find this stupid ass Jay Prince video so I can show you guys where him and Charleston White were arguing. And I can't find it for the life of me. I think they took it down.
Damn.
But it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I don't like Charleston White. That's how funny it was.
Jeez, like I genuinely do kind of feel bad that I made him that fucking mad. Like, I do feel bad. That's not good.
I don't really necessarily think it's like you gotta feel bad about it, but like it's my thing is it's like I don't know, man. Like it just doesn't seem productive. But like it wasn't just that show. It was like after that show, I became hyper aware of it happening. Like I was like, dude, like this shit happens a lot. And then like people are like mad and like shit's not getting done. Like,
well, here's another thing, right? With this issue that you were talking about at the beginning of the stream, right? When you have these boisterous people that come in, right?
Yeah.
and they're just boisterous. A lot of these people are actually just looking for attention. They're looking for street cred. They want to be praised. They actually don't bring any value, right? They just want to be praised and they want to
Well, I
have
mean,
their balls
I
suckled.
wouldn't say that. Like, I mean, I've kicked it with Mike. Like, he brings a lot of value. Like, I mean, he, at least from the business aspect, like obviously I don't know because like your boy is not out here in these streets marching and doing the shit that they was doing during that time period, because that was a flash in a pan, and we obviously don't have that happening all the time, so it's not even an opportunity to get active, right? But you know, like as far as like the business aspect of things, like I've hung out with him and his wife. Like I know that they're about like those. Literally, I've never met two people in person, offline, that are that about making everything about business. Like we went through a little like pop-up farmers market, and they're like the whole thing, every transaction was also a networking opportunity for them. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna buy this. Like we're gonna get in here, but like, oh yo, Pepper Farm, like we do this. Here's some cards. Like check out these things that we make. Like, I mean, so from that perspective, I'm like, if he's not lying about that shit, then for me, I'm like, I don't understand why you would lie about everything else. That's just me though. It's just me, because generally people who lie about everything, right?
Yeah, I can I can understand where you're coming from, right?
So like that's
that.
the only reason I'm like, dude, like a little bit of grace. I'm like, oh, I understand when you're asking for receipts, because I'm a big receipts person as well. But generally speaking, like I'm like, there's no way in hell that like it just doesn't seem like it doesn't make sense to me to lie about one thing, but then actually be on your shit about another thing. Like to me, if you lie, you just lie, right? Like that's the way that I look at it. So I'm like, if I'm around you and I'm like, cool, like you guys are networking your asses off, like I need to step my hustle game up and start thinking like you guys do, because you do this better than I do. Then that doesn't necessarily mean I factually 100% believe, but I can take it with a grain of salt. Like he's from Jersey. I know a lot of people from Jersey. They're boisterous. That's kind of their approach. It's a little bit abrasive. But like that's the reason I was like, well, everyone that I know from Jersey is also older than I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. But like that type of stuff doesn't it doesn't necessarily affect me as much, because my business partner is also from Jersey and he is very abrasive. so like I'm numb to it. Like I'm just like, oh, okay, like that's just how you talk. Like fine. I just got to get over the hump of like, you're going to say this and it's going to come across this certain type of way, and I'm not going to necessarily like it. But, you know, like I don't know. It's just when I look at the way things are going, it doesn't seem like it looks well for those of us who have some semblance of common sense, because we're so hyper logical that we fight amongst ourselves. And I don't think that that's productive for the movement or what we're espounding or say that we want.
And I can respect that. That's why we have people like you who act as mediators and people who are able to communicate and organize certain groups that otherwise wouldn't get along together. I have to go for a little bit. I'm going to drop down. I will be back. I got to call Bump before it gets too late.
Gotcha. Yeah, give him his ring. Oh, snap. Hold up. Angry's in the back. Hold up. Let me get him up, y'all. I didn't even see him sneak in back there. I was looking at other stuff. Hold up a second. And for the record, Roots, I don't even wear the karate outfit. I wear my karate.
From the deepest recesses of Indiana, a man with enough children for each day of the week. You may get trolled. You may get rolled. Either way, it's gonna be bold. Say hello to the angry snowman.
What's going on, Snowman? How you doing?
What it do, my guy? What it do?
Shit, not too bad, not too bad. Robin Goodfellow, facts. Jersey never cared about being PC. No, they did. They never did.
They don't care about it either.
What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, doing what I do, going around. It's Thursday night, seeing who I can I guess, aggravate and piss off.
I mean, I already done ranted about how everybody's a failure and y'all don't know how to talk to each other. So that's right on time.
Sweet, man. I love being a failure. You know,
No.
I'm white trash. That's what. So I'm living up to my name.
That's a horrible standard to live by, and I want you to pick a
Hey,
different
you know what? Look,
stereotype.
all I
Can't
had
you
to
be the successful white man that takes everything from people? What we need those white men back, or this country's over.
Well, look, I was raised by a dad whose only metric of being a good father was as long as I knew who he was if I saw him.
Oh shit! Well, I mean,
so actually, I'm way above him right now.
That's a level, I guess. I guess we could call that something,
right? You know,
right? Like, be like, well, he knows what I look like. Like, oh shit, dude! Like, you are really scraping the bottom of the barrel for wins here, sir.
Dude, you know what? That's what he actually told me that as a kid a couple times.
Well, you know what's funny? My dad never told me a goddamn thing because he's the hide and go seek champion since 1984.
Oh, you still ain't been able to find him?
Nope.
No Ollie oxen free coming over here, huh?
Dude, he's a whole ass dick bag. Yeah, like this fucking motherfucker just disappeared into the ether. He's a fucking hidden miss ninja and shit.
My old man was dude. He disappeared right into the backyard and still only showed up once or twice a year.
Oh Jesus!
And tried to say that he raised us. He raised us from
Robin Goodfellow, just keep tapping in with us every Thursday. We'll get you set right. We don't do beating down over here. You're gonna walk with your chest up. We're gonna get you out here. You're gonna do some push-ups. Next thing you know, we're gonna get your bag right, and you're gonna be because look, we need the white men that took shit. Those are the ones we need to fix this. I'm just saying they're the ones who set it up. We probably need them ones back. Okay, like I need some chest out. I need some. I'll need you to pull your pants up to your nipples, and I need you to scream, "This is my country." Fix this shit.
Ray,
yes.
You keep saying you want people to talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Well, why the fuck should they?
To who? To me personally?
To the younger generation.
Well,
y'all blame every fucking thing on somebody else.
No, we don't. No, I mean, at least I don't. I don't blame anything besides what's actually at fault. But the thing that needs to be understood is there are some things that need to rest at the feet of the people who caused the things. Like that's just base level accountability, my guy. Like every time we've had this discussion.
Yeah, but why are you gonna
what do I blame anyone else for
what are you
outside of
holding
policy?
someone accountable for in the past, sir?
I think that I am, like I said before, Mayo, with all due respect, I too am not, my hands aren't clean. My generation failed as well, just like yours did. Yours just did it first. We kicked this can down the road for so long. Everyone who kicks the can is complicit.
What did my generation fail at?
What was that?
Generation X is perfect.
What did my generation fail at, sir?
Which generation are you in, Mayo?
X, sir.
Generation X. Okay, so all the dysgenic weak kids, because like I'm also partial Generation X. Like I'm on the cusp of X and millennial.
No, you're not even close.
No, you're not.
What?
You're not even close. You don't even have the same mentality as Gen X.
I don't have the same. Well, 100%. I have better results than most of them. But like, hold on, I'm looking it up. Let me Google it. Let's see here. What is Gen X?
From 65 to 79.
Oh, Gen X was 79.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. Gen X was born between 65 and 79/80. So like, I am on a cusp. I'm 84. Because 4 years outside of Gen X.
You're a millennial.
That's not a cusp, sir.
Dude, that is definitely a gap year. Some special shit was going on. And they also failed. That's fine.
Technically, I'm the last year, and I'm on the cusp. That's what the cusp is. The last year.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You failed a little harder than me. No big deal. But where do we fail? Let's see here.
The thing is, I accept my failure and I try to learn from it.
100%. Well, that's literally all I was saying. I was like, the reason people talk to me and I can bridge gaps between, because like most of my mentorship are boomers. Like a lot of my mentors are boomers because they got all the money. Like I'm not gonna go get that game because I'm like, but policy wise, 100%. Yes, they fucked up. Policy wise, Gen Z fucked up. Policy wise, millennials fucked up. Like the policies we're voting in right now, we're actively fucking up. So like if Bumpkin and them don't fix it, guess what? They fucked up. The results that you yield, the society that is left, we've kicked this shit down the road. Everyone's complicit. And all I'm saying is maybe, just maybe, hypothetically, considering people listen to me and people ain't listening to everybody that's my age, bridging that gap is coming in with a little humility going, yeah, you guys are inheriting a fucking mess. No one said that shit to me. You guys didn't tell the millennials, hey, you're inheriting a mess. It was like, hey, pick yourself up by your fucking bootstraps. And then those of us who did, you still want to argue with us because we're like, hey, policy-wise, y'all fucked up. This, and this is actually your fault. Your generation made this. The society that I was born into, I did not create that. I was a baby.
Well,
you weren't. You were voting.
Respectfully, Gen X was unaware that they were handing over a mess until it was too late.
Fair. I mean, I can accept that, but like there's also the culpability. Like you still fucked up. Like, I mean, we just go on metrics. That's like when we have the conversation about money. I'm like, you either got it or you don't. Like you either running the numbers up or you're not. Like that's something that's comparable. It's not nebulous. There are results. And when you have those results, you have to go, cool, I got to take that L on the chin. I didn't do well, but I can give the generation behind me all of the information that I have and come at it from a point of humility. Be like, cool, this is what I'm rocking with. This is what I've accomplished. This is what I'm capable of doing now. This, and this, I fucked up. But I can help you move forward because you got this going on. You're trying to clean the mess. Here are some of the key pieces of how they're fucking you that you might want to be abreast of because you're in this game whether you like it or not. That's the reason I am focused on money. Because I'm not fucked up at that. I do have results at that.
That's fair.
It's one of those things, and like it comes down to leadership. Like you can't lead if you're never fucking wrong. Like you're incapable of leading other people. You're incapable of conversing with other people because then they're not going to even listen to the game that you have. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you have game, Snowman. You have game that these kids need. So like that standoffish attitude when you have those two levels of ego clash. And I was talking about that earlier. It happens in the black community all the time because like every old black person just immediately assumes that they should be given respect because they sat out in the street and cried about some civil rights and our families are worse.
Right.
Society's worse. our situation in this country.
That shit irks me about.
Yeah, and they're just like, no, you got to listen to me. I'm like, I don't have to do shit.
Right. I'm giving you the courtesy of listening.
Yeah. And it's like, I'll listen to what you have to say, but like the reality of the situation is you failed and you fucked up. Matter of fact, you didn't just fuck up, you went backwards.
And now you want everybody else to fuck up because you fucked up.
Well, it's just they want to sit there and be at the front. And it's like, well, you know what? And like that's what I told them. I was like, especially when it comes to the boomers, like Gen Z isn't as bad as the boomers, but it's like the stuff and like the millennials aren't as bad as Gen Z.
Well, look, it ain't just that though either. They also want to sit and point out how you're going to fuck up and not make it because they fucked up. So they assume since they couldn't do it, no one else can.
Not only that, I think it's partially they don't want to see other people succeed where they didn't. I think that's part of it too. Be like, oh, well, these young whippersnappers are going to come behind me and fix this shit. Like, no, you can't do that. Like, you should hope they do. Like, unless you're planning on being dead before this shit just goes tits up. Like,
if I couldn't do it, you couldn't do it, you little knuckle.
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm saying. It's just like that communication, and I said that for the young people, that chip on their shoulders got to get whittled down to where they can accept some fucking game, and they got to figure it out.
Yeah, because see, like when I was a lot of these young kids' ages, like in my early 20s, that's all I hung out with was dudes in their mid 30s, early 40s, man, because they were getting serious games. They kept me out of fucking jail, man. That's why they kept me out of fucking jail. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Hold on. I got a question for Murda. He said, as an older and wiser man, have you come to the understanding of why your pops behaved the way he did? Do you forgive? My pops, I never met the dude, so no. I did have a very abusive stepfather, and no, I don't even care why he behaved. Well, actually, I do understand why he behaved the way that he did, but I didn't give a shit because he made me strong. Like I don't, as an adult, I don't care. Did I forgive him? He became weak enough that it wouldn't have been worth it for me to end his life. So I guess in that sense, there wouldn't have been any type of. I wanted him at his peak, and I'll never get that because he got weak. So I guess in that sense, I forgave him because he's still walking this earth. So yeah, I mean, I don't under the part of this that's the issue is like, and I explained this earlier, Mayo, and I don't know if you heard it, but our enemies, the other side of this tearing of this country in half, they have a very small group because like we broached the topic of both sides are fractionalized, but I was like, there's one specific fraction of the left that's getting results because that small group of people is walking in lockstep. And even though they don't necessarily implicitly rock with or co-sign everything the group as a whole is doing, they're getting their policies across because they're willing to shut up and work together to get the war won. And so
they're actually funded
falling apart. They're already falling apart. They're
not falling apart. Yeah, but look at all the stuff they have accomplished before then. Okay, so Mayo, if we're going to talk about they're already falling apart, the LGHD TV community is very much not falling apart. First of all, they're pushing forward policies. They're getting stuff done. They're getting stuff done that's just blatantly egregious at this point because this isn't about any type of measurable win. They're just going, we don't want to be happy, so we're just going to keep taking and pushing this envelope and pushing the envelope until
they're giving them those policies so it will collapse the system.
Right. They're being used.
Those policies are not going to be in place when the system is rebuilt.
Oh, 100%. They're going to be the first ones to go, but they are. But as a group, they're the infighting that they have. And I explained this earlier from a strategic perspective. Even when you have a conservative person turn on the group, they expound that person out of the group, and then they get accepted into the conservative group. That still benefits the movement because it gets sympathy for the group as a whole, because now you've got a conservative letter mafia member that's supposedly rallying against the leftist letter mafia members because they've been excommunicated. But now the conservatives start having sympathetic leanings towards that lifestyle, towards those ideologies. And now maybe it's not the crazy stuff, but you're going, oh, well, like these slightly lesser policies, I'll bend on that.
That's why they should have never been let into the group.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. Like even the dissenters benefit the whole, and literally they have to know that. And then the people who don't agree with it, that just don't say anything, are still benefiting from the results that the group as a whole is getting. I believe that those people honestly understand that they're fighting a war, and they're going, we'll sort out our shit after we won, because they think they're going to win, but they don't understand that like the light at the end of the tunnel is actually a train, because when they get the end result that they want and they find out that they're useful idiots, it's going to be too late because they're the first to go.
Who is supporting those people?
Exactly. No, 100%.
Who is supporting those people?
Soros.
Who else?
I mean, that's
generation by generation.
Oh yeah, sir. Yeah. Oh yeah, millennials and Gen Z. Who raised the millennials and Gen Z?
The schools.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, huh?
The schools.
The school, right? But who was in there though? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this started a long time ago, but like the schools got indoctrinated, and then you latchkey kids. I was a latchkey kid.
That's what
you have no parental involvement.
Well, that's because our parents never taught us how to be parents, and they felt bad for it, so that's why they raised our kids.
well, we also had parents that were like, well, actually, not my parents. So, like, my generation, millennials specifically, were like, I'm going to be my kid's friend. I'm never spanking my kid. I'm never doing what my parents did because I didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was because the pendulum always swings, but it's like the boomers and Gen Z were what Gen Z was kind of like that, the beginning of that pendulum swing. So they were kind of like a little bit more lenient, a little bit more loose with stuff. Like, my mom was hard edge, but like all my friends' parents, they were starting to come off that edge a little bit. Starting to come off, like, yes, latchkey. Like, I had zero parental involvement from 8 forward. Like, I would, like, outside of getting disciplined, like, both my parents that I had worked. No one was home. I had to come home and fix myself dinner. And at 10, I started having to wash my own clothes. So yeah, very much latchkey. Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, when you look at this pendulum, it's like it's a societal pendulum, and it starts a little bit at a time. But like, you also had communists decide that they were going to infiltrate the school system. So now you have these kids where you had a generation where we're like, hey, like, we're trying to sort some stuff out, got to be a little bit more tolerant. And the communists that were in the school were like, perfect. You got to be a little more tolerant. Y'all are about to be tolerant of everything. And here we are. But like, also, when we look at those policies, like when you start with the school, that's the reason I'm like, this fix isn't a fix that we can talk about. Like, we can just go out here and fix this shit tomorrow. We're going to have to do the undoing of this is going to have to be undone. If it's going to be done
of it is
peacefully.
impossible. It's impossible.
No, it's not.
Policy
No, it's
wise,
not.
it's impossible.
The undoing of this could be undone the exact same way it got made. It's just a generation plan, and we write off the people who don't want to get on board, and people go, cool, we're going to be teachers. We're going to go into the school and we're going to fight this head to head, to where for every one of those motherfuckers that's in that school, one of us is there. When nobody wants to do that, though. That's because, like, being a teacher sucks. Not gonna argue that, but that's what they were willing to do. If you got one side that's willing to do anything and is planning out 30 years, like, then we're just gonna have to go to war and hope that works out. But at the rate that this is going, the right will fucking go to war with itself. Then whatever's left from that will try to go to war with the left.
Most of the 41% of the population that consists of Gen Z and millennials is all in for this. Hook, line, and sinker.
All in for what?
All in for this new bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you go through 12 years of school and you're being indoctrinated by communists, then, like, yeah, you're going to be all in for it.
Right. Do you think New York City will ever fix itself like Giuliani fixed it?
No.
Why?
Not until they.
Why?
But
why?
Because they're not willing to. Well, they
don't have the demographics to do it anymore.
Well, they don't have the demographics, but the other issue is, like, if you actually think about it, it's the culture of this country in those specific hotbed cities has shifted. You have a bunch of individuals that have no loyalty to their families. They have no loyalty to their communities. They have no loyalty to their country.
But that's no different than the culture that existed in New York City before Giuliani.
In the culture that existed before Giuliani, there was crime.
It was lawless, sir.
100%, but there was codes. When we talk about lawlessness and lawlessness, like the way that we have it now, I mean, the question is there a reason for the lawlessness now? Because there was a reason for it then.
What was that reason, sir?
You had people that were segregated into ghettos. There were places where
New York City is still segregated, sir.
100%. It's segregated by community, though. Highly segregated, but it's by community. There's not a white people area in New York either.
By neighborhood, dude.
100%.
Communities are neighborhoods. They're still 100%. Segregated.
100%. But you can't go roll up into Little Russia. They'll kill you. Just so you know, they don't want you
No,
there
they
either.
won't. No, they
Yeah,
won't.
they will. Yeah, they will. Like once they realize that you ain't them, they don't want you there, bro. It's the same. If you're not a part of that group, they don't like each other. Like I know this. Like my business partner's from there, and he was like, "Yeah, we couldn't go into Little Russia. They didn't want us in Greek town because we were Italian. They didn't like us there. You think they want your ass there? No, you ain't even from that area.
They don't
dude.
want New Yorkers there.
No,
That's the difference.
I'm saying back in the day that because like it's always been segregated by culture. So like the Russians rolled up into Russia town, they had their own they still have their own area. I mean, we still have the original old school gangster Italians. They still got a neighborhood here in Kansas City that like honestly like they're gonna off you, but like if you ain't supposed to be in there, some shit could happen to you. You could end up not coming out of that neighborhood. Because it's that culture is still that culture. And like you can go kick it with them and get accepted into it to where you can navigate those areas. But like if you ain't supposed to be there, they still do that here. New York is that on steroids because it's a melting pot. There's a lot of different cultures, but generally speaking, if you come here from another country, there's a language barrier. So you want to be around people you can actually talk to in your native language. Like I'm not saying it like it's some insidious plan. It's like Russians fuck with Russians. And like, if you're not Russian, they really don't like you that much. They don't want you in those neighborhoods. Russians beef with the Irish. Russians beef with the Italians. The Russians beef with the Greeks. Communally, they don't like it. It's the same premise that the Jews up there and the blacks have a fucking problem.
Russians beef with other Russians.
You're 100% right. But what I'm saying is within their community, they're a community. Russians can beef with other Russians, but Russians ain't going to side with you over another Russian. They'll handle their shit internally, but you ain't coming in putting your foot in the business.
I get what you're saying because, you know, it's
like I don't understand why that's like such a...
But what I'm saying is New York, strictly because of demographics, will never be brought have that low level of crime again.
I mean, I wouldn't.
That's just the facts, dude. Dude, you went from 2,000 murders a year down to 500.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm just gonna say if that area decided that they were gonna divest from the mentality and the policies that they're given, I mean, it's not that hard. We did it in Kansas City for a long time when my mom was running Gang Squad. We decided that we were going to divest. We did not want to have a gang presence here. They stamped it out. And it wasn't a bunch of white people that did it. Black woman did that. Just saying.
Wichita did that shit back when they moved in the 80s.
Yeah.
There was no midnight basketball in Wichita. It was cops shooting gang members from LA.
Yeah. I mean, well, they just drove straight down 70. Yeah. They just kept getting moved out of cities.
Yeah.
And whenever they found a place, it's just like what the cartel's doing now with all these illegal immigrants. Wherever they are allowed to set up shop, that's where they stop. And then they're like, we'll stay here and run business.
That murder in Chicago, that's 100% cartel.
100%. Yep. And
that
people
guy that offed himself and his girlfriend in Oklahoma that killed him. That's 100% cartel shit.
Yeah. Like the thing is, and that's the reason I'm saying it's kind of important for us to be able to band together because like I'm with you. I see what's happening. I don't like what's happening. I'm adamantly against what's happening, but like we have to get to a point to where we can work together because at this point, with the amount of flooding that's coming in through the southern border, we're basically all we got, to be honest. Like, that's the way that I'm looking at it at this point. I'm like, I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. And even though we argue and fight and we can have those debates, I'm like, I trust y'all.
It's not going to happen without a collapse.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not going to happen politically.
No. I mean, it's not just that. It's just being able to communicate and not have these fucking beefs because like at
Well,
this point
respectfully,
you're
the Patriot-
I'm
well,
100%.
Respectfully,
Oh, go
Ray,
ahead.
the Patriot community has always had internal fucking issues, man, because everybody's trying to say that their
Oh,
dick swings bigger than everyone else's.
It's a bunch of wannabes, most of them.
True that too. True that
I
too.
mean, and that's I'm not insulting you in the least, Angry Snowman. You know that.
No, I know you ain't, but you're right. Most of them are a bunch of wannabes because most of them just sit and talk about shit and never do shit.
Right. But I'm like, when we have stuff like that where these people are flooding through the border and we're sitting here and we're looking at what's happening, like this stuff is happening in normal neighborhoods now. I'm like, I hate to say that you're right, Mayo, but like you're kind of right. You're kind of right. And I'm like, okay, so now we've got to instead of like becoming more factionalized, we need to be drawing together and going, okay, cool. Like we can continue to talk this political stuff, but like for real, when these motherfuckers start rolling through trying to take property and shit.
Well, part of that requires for there to be real
when Chicago falls, when
But
New York falls.
It's Gen Z and the millennials that are going to be wanting to take the property.
Well, 100%, but like you do,
most of them don't even know how to maintain property, so I wouldn't worry.
Most of them don't know how to maintain.
Ownership does not.
But most of the Gen Z and the millennials, man, honestly, like let's be honest, like they're soft. Like they're not going to be able. Not only are they not going to be able to take the property, if some shit popped off, sure, Gen Z and millennials will be like, "Yeah, I'm one of the good ones. I'm gonna fight with the Mexicans." And then what's going to happen? Cartel's going to kill them. Like, it doesn't matter.
They're going to be holding some cartel lord's fucking pocket is what they're going to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you communicate respectfully, Laura. You ain't from here, though. The liberals here are. I'm not going to say they're all defective humans, but a lot of them are defective humans.
They're not. The liberals here are not liberal. They're
progressive. Is that our Canadian liberal, Laura?
Yeah. There's no Canadian.
No, there's no liberals in America hardly. There's progressive.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm like that's the way that I'm looking at it. Like the reason I focus on the money is because it gives you the ability to navigate the way that you need to, and B, it keeps you in a space to where you can say no.
Well, Mayo ain't lying about what he's saying though either, because the overtone really has shifted so far left that now all you have is progressives and conservatives.
Yeah,
because a lot of liberals have now become conservative.
Yeah,
a few remaining actual old school Democrats.
It's just gotten so out of hand that it's like you almost have to be like. There's no way that you could claim that moniker and co-sign all the bullshit that they're promoting. Like it's just it makes it impossible to even be on that team. I'm like, okay, so first of all, you have to agree with all 57 bullet points, and there's no conversation and no dissension and no pushback allowed.
Yeah,
that in and of itself makes that not work for me.
Well, look, I think that right there is what poses the biggest problem for a lot of what we call black conservatives, because they take that ideology of you have to embolden and embrace everything that this group stands for, and they switch it over to conservatives, and they do the same thing.
Well,
on their side,
I think the problem for a lot of black males is they have an underlying issue with authority, period. It doesn't matter who it is. It's whatever authority controls the space that they're in at the time.
Probably for being raised by their moms.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I don't think that's necessarily, I don't think it's an issue for everybody. I can see it.
No, for a lot of black males, that's an issue. In the classroom, it's the teacher.
And that's why I say
in the library, it's the librarian.
And
in
that's
the club,
why I say
it's
a
the
lot
bouncer.
of that's because they're raised by their moms.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, I didn't experience any of that growing up, but like we also had male teachers. And so like they would give a shit. I mean, obviously there were some kids, like I wasn't a good kid when I was in school. Like I have a problem with authority? I have a problem with unearned authority.
Did you-
100% do.
did you know
I mean, I don't know. Call me old school, but I'm like, if you can't kill me, like, you need to talk to me with some fucking respect, because like that means I'm allowing you to exist.
But
Period.
that's but that's you want them to earn your respect, but you want them to give it to you.
No,
Unearned.
no.
Yes,
I don't.
sir.
I don't.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't
That's
expect.
exactly what.
No,
That's
I
exactly
expect
what you
as a
just.
man.
That's
No,
exactly what you just described.
as a man,
You're-
hierarchically,
Sir, while you're in
hierarchically.
school, you're not a man.
No, you're 100% right.
You're a boy.
Right.
So why would a man owe you any respect in school?
100%. But like you
As
act like
I stated,
white kids do not get in trouble in school, bro.
No,
Like, what
sir,
are you
I
talking
did-
about?
I
Everyone
did
in
not
school
s-
hates a fucking teacher.
I
Like,
did not say that, sir. What I am stating is the problem with authority.
yeah, but unearned authority exists in adulthood very often. There's position. It's unearned leadership, unearned all sorts of shit.
So has the librarian not earned their authority as a librarian to control what goes on in that library?
It depends, really.
Yeah.
Has the librarian not earned that authority?
No, because
Has
nobody's
that not-
having
Has
an
that
issue
not been
with the
granted to her?
Because it's been granted to her doesn't mean she earned it.
facts. That's what I was about to say. So you believe in following unjust laws?
What unjust law, sir? Being quiet in the library? Not sneaking.
No. I'm
not
just saying
sneaking
because the
booze
only,
into a
the
club?
only unjust authority that
no,
matters.
But not sneaking booze into a club? Is that an unjust law?
Not sneaking what?
Do you know how many people have been shot over trying to sneak booze in a club?
No, I didn't know that.
How
was
many
an
clubs
issue.
have been shot the fuck up for it? Come on.
Nope, I didn't know that was an issue either.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like you're dealing with maladjusted people. Like that's like going somebody who has schizophrenia.
That's dealing.
does something.
No, that's dealing with men who have a problem with any authority whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say to that, me personally, I do have a problem with authority if I don't feel that it's earned. Like, I don't walk into Walmart and somebody goes, "Hey, you need to do this," like, whatever. Like, no, I don't have a problem with that. But I will tell you from personal experience that, like, I have been followed around a Target. And I told the security officer that was following me because, again, unearned authority. I make more money than you.
So leave.
And no, listen.
Dude, but you think that person gives a fuck about what money you make.
No, Mayo. The thing that you don't understand
think
is
that's like showing on your sleeve. You think
it's
that
not.
has earned you something?
No, it hasn't. The fact that I could kill this person has.
Then
now,
why did you state it?
Well, no,
then
and that's exactly what I informed him of. I was like, look, I know what you're doing. I grew up in a police household, so like I know what this person was doing, and they were following me all over the fucking store while I'm getting my groceries and shit. And I'm like, cool, that's fine. You can do that. But I'm like, if you want to pursue this any further, you need to call an actual cop because like I'm not listening to anything you fucking say. And if you touch me, you're gonna have a fucking problem, and that's your warning. I don't have to navigate my life as a weak person because I'm not weak, Mayo. And like I'd rather die on my feet than live on my fucking knees.
But your reaction has nothing to do with strength either.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Because I had shit off at the past.
No, sir. Your reaction puts you in danger.
That's fine.
No, with the authority.
Well, the truth of the matter is maybe people need to put their lives more in danger on a daily basis.
I mean, maybe we should start navigating like men. I don't know. I'm not saying that you should live your life by my values, Mayo, but I'll live and die by that. Because I won't be dying alone. I'm fine with it. I mean, you can look at it however the fuck you want, dude. Like, I'm like,
dude, you basically said that men should give me respect.
I think men that
as a child.
No. What I'm saying is, as a child, everyone has a chip on their shoulder. You go through that phase, and you're extrapolating this out to an entire race of people and going, well, now.
Oh, I didn't say an entire race of people, sir.
Actually, see that Mayo. That's the problem. Is in school, children are given respect that they don't deserve, nor have they earned it, and that's why kids are acting like lunatics.
I know. And the teachers, they've taken the authority away from the teachers to discipline the kids.
Dude, my mom came up to school to beat my ass. Like, that was the authority the teachers had. Like, they knew if they called my mom, she would just come up there and fuck me up.
I got my ass
like
by the teachers, and then when I got home by my mom.
Yeah, dude. Like, the deal is this. Sometimes I just chose to get my ass beat, man. Like, it's what
it was a quicker punishment, man. It was done and over with a lot faster.
Yeah, you gotta
What
pick your
did I
battles.
miss?
Shit, dude.
I'm telling you, an ass whooping sometimes is a way better punishment because you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
one Christmas morning, my dad wasn't home from work yet, so we had to wait to open the presents, and I wasn't happy about that. So I held one of my mother's favorite Christmas ornaments hostage.
What? You committed a terrorist act inside your house to open presents?
Yes, with a cork gun.
You're a little asshole, dude.
Yes, I was, sir.
Should have got their Christmas taken back to the store.
It did.
I hope it got his next 2 Christmases taken back to the store.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. Like, my issue with authority was basically my mom fucking me up all the time. Like, I've always, but like Mayo, and I understand that most people.
But what I'm saying though, you're transferring that issue you had with your mother onto somebody that's doing their job.
Yeah, but you're
no, Mayo. If you're following me around in a nice store when I wasn't in there dirty, I was dressed well. Like, it was blatantly obvious that we were in 2 different classes, and this motherfucker had a panache on his shoulder and wanted to follow me around the store. I'm gonna.
No. And there goes that chip on your shoulder again.
No, Mayo. If you want to pull me up a well-dressed black man in a blazer that's walking around shoplifting, please show me that one. Show me that clip, and I'll be like, you know what? Maybe he was just doing his fucking job, dude. I'll give you that. But show me the example. Substantiate your argument.
Right. Not even about the cops following you around, right? Why don't we talk?
It wasn't the cops. It was a security guard, which was the exact reason we had the interaction we did, because that was unearned authority over me. Because if you're not a police officer and you don't have a blatant advantage and you're walking around as a dysgenic fat fuck, I will kill you.
Just trip him up and just trip him up and just at that point you should have just took something and dared him.
Like, you don't have a gun, you don't have any means of stopping me from getting my hand around your neck in the 3 seconds it's going to take for you to leave this fucking planet.
You know what, Ray? That's incredibly based. I respect you a whole lot more than I already did.
That's a chip on your shoulder, not his.
You're fucking right. It is. It's a chip on my shoulder that I have with every other man on this fucking planet, though. Because it's respect. Men who I know, if I look at you and I'm like, oh shit, you like me? We got a different conversation that we're gonna have. Oh, you got the same look in your eyes that I got in my eyes when we're in person? Okay. Respect. I'm gonna give you by default respect because I know the umpteenth level that I'm willing to go to. So I err on the side of respect. But if you make me feel unsafe as a man, you ain't gonna get no video of me with 9 cops on my back fucking crying for my fucking mom.
Based? No, that's
you
based.
didn't err on the side of respect, sir.
Why would you respect unearned authority?
The first 10 minutes of me walking around that store, Mayo. After that, now we are men. You want to do man things with a man, you get treated like a man.
That's fine.
And it wasn't that I threatened him, Mayo. I just told him straight up, I know what you're doing, and if this is going to be a problem, you need to call somebody who's an actual police officer. Because you're not built for this. I'm outside of your fucking pay grade. That's called a warning, Mayo. That actually is respectful. I probably allowed him to save his own fucking life.
That's a shitty fucking thing that you carry on your shoulder from your childhood.
So how so, Mayo? How so? No, how so? A man with undue authority is following you around like you're a common thief.
How is it undue authority?
Thank you. He just said it.
How is it undue authority?
A man is following you around like you're a common thief and you've done nothing wrong.
Thank you.
On private property, sir.
Even the Whitnat gets it. Like, come on, bro.
Fuck that. I can make your property my property. Ray, this is what happens when the world throws away rights to conquest.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody gets to do this. Like, if you're weak and dysgenic, you don't get to navigate
even if you're weak and dysgenic and you're willing to try and you succeed, you should still be able to do it due to rights of conquest.
Facts.
Because a weak dysgenic motherfucker, when he gets pushed far enough, could still rock your ass.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I'm out in public, I have the exact same chip with men specifically. Like, it's just what it is. I'm like, if we're having a respectful conversation, or if there's a situation where I feel unsafe, I'm going to let you know exactly where this is going and exactly how far I am to go. And you can decide whether you want to entertain this shit.
Ray is a death before dishonor type of
I'm
guy, and I
entertained.
respect it.
I am entertained, and I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just don't see why. I think
goes-
if more
it goes
men
to my
navigated like
original
that, we would
point.
have less
No,
problems.
Dude, it goes to my original point. A lot of black men in this country have a problem with authority.
So you're telling me that a lot of white men in this country that are dysgenic don't have a problem with getting a badge and getting a sense of power and then exuding that on the person who they believe
it's not even
There's a lot of white people in this country that have a problem with licking boots as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? When the cops knelt for fucking BLM and they arrested Christians for protesting Tranny Story Hour, I lost all respect for the police in this country. Yeah. When you are implicit with bullshit, you are just as guilty as those who do it, and you deserve the same punishment.
If you ain't the problem, if you ain't trying to solve the problem, you are the problem.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Mayo, I do the same thing with black people. If they make me feel unsafe, bro, I'm like, look. Like, I'm sorry. I don't come from a family of people that, like, we
Mama
don't
didn't raise no bitch.
I come from literally
will never have a leader if you cannot submit to some authority.
What do you,
the problem isn't submitting to
I'm a partner.
Listen,
Mayo, I'm a double minority partner in a building, in a business. I know how to play my position when it's warranted.
Because my question is
like, what are you talking about? Like, running around waiting and prostrating myself to lick boots is not the same as being able to get.
How is just going shopping?
Why was he following Ray around?
Thank you.
You don't know.
In a well-dressed, in a blazer, like blatantly dressed nice, like in an expensive outfit, Mayo. Follow around? If you were in a store and you were working and you were security and a dude came in with $1,000 worth of clothes on, are you going to follow him around Target acting like he's going to fucking shoplift?
Do you know who shoplifts?
Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a fucking. That's some clown shit, dude.
I shoplift the most on this panel. I promise you, I shoplift the most.
No, I got you beat.
Do you know who shoplifts the most? Well-dressed white women.
Well, you know what's funny?
Ray shoplifts the most.
Well, I'll give you that one, Mayo, because you're right. But like.
But Ray doesn't fit that description, Mayo. So
Ray, he wasn't following you around.
He wasn't following around the white women.
He was following your woman around.
Yeah, dude.
I checked. Ray looked like an '80s porn star, and that does not fit the description.
Well, no, he don't have the mustache anymore. He's retired.
He shaved his Chip's mustache.
So wait a second. So we can be rallying behind the sovereign citizens, talking about you shall not infringe upon my rights. But then when a black man tells the security guard, like, if this is going to be an issue, you need to call proper authorities because you ain't built for this.
No, dude,
I'm an asshole.
Those sovereigns are fucking morons.
I agree with Mayo. Sovereign citizens are retards. Like, look,
they are.
The thing about authority is it is earned by masculine men who deserve the position.
No, sir, it is not.
Hey, yes, Lawrence, I had to let him. I was letting him know that I wasn't trying to get fucked either, bro. Lawrence, you ain't right, dude.
He was like, you smell nice.
Yeah, dude. Like, no. Like, that was the thing. I was like, I get it, and under normal circumstances, like, if he would have just docked me for, like 3 aisles, Mayo, I would have let it go. But when you follow me around for 10 minutes, I start feeling uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, God damn it, everyone's uncomfortable.
Why were you feeling uncomfortable? Were you planning on stealing?
Because I knew, motherfucker, you don't have people following you around nowhere, Mayo. You would fuck somebody up. Shut up, dude. Like, that's ridiculous. You gonna tell me you gonna walk around the store and just let somebody follow you around for 10 minutes?
It's Mayo.
I-
He's probably trying to do
I've had security follow me around in stores. I've looked them in the eye as I pick something up. They followed me past the cash register, leave the door. They do that motion where they try to stand in front of you, and I just walk around them to my car and leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand this. So you would let somebody follow you around for 10 minutes? You're gonna let them follow you down a dark alley and rob your ass too? You're gonna lick their boots while they do it? Like,
No,
at
I'm in
what
their
point?
dude. I'm in his fucking store.
It's not. Well, first off, it's not his store.
It's not his store. Like,
the private property argument goes out the window if he's not the owner.
No, sir. No, sir. It does.
this is.
Have you ever been followed?
Mayo,
by
you are
this?
like the far right troll, dude. Like, this has to be a troll. There's no way your brain works.
It's
like
shit
this.
like this that makes me not believe in private
There's
property.
no way. Mayo's like, yeah, dude. And if he starts grabbing you by the balls from the back, bro, you in his store,
You
bro.
let
Like,
it
just
happen.
bend
You
over
own
and
his
take
property.
it.
No, sir. That's not how this works.
So
Let
what,
him break you
what if
off
he
with
would
a
put?
couple
What,
nightlugs.
I am sorry that your gynocentric raising has left such a chip on your shoulder.
I
No,
think
I'm
what
just-
you're
I'm
saying
just-
is more
look,
gynocentric.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know that there's not a whole lot of alpha males left, but what can I say?
That's not
Like,
alpha behavior, sir.
I'm fucking core strong. Yeah, if you back somebody into a perceived corner, then like, yeah, they're gonna react. Yes. And I have boundaries and I reinforce those boundaries with everyone.
That's
Yes, I
pretty
do.
fucking based. Pretty
Like,
fucking based.
What are you talking about? Like, I mean, it's within reason. Okay, May, I'll give you another example. The time that I got pulled over by the police and got profiled and they made me uncomfortable, I was like, you need to go back to your car and write my ticket. I'm uncomfortable. I didn't tell him what was going to happen. I was just like, look, I don't feel safe. I'm uncomfortable. Go back and write the ticket. Oh, well, I was like, we don't have anything to talk about. I need you to do your job. Is that uncalled for?
Yes, because you were being disrespectful, Ray.
No,
By asking him to do his 100%. You're right. I guess I didn't lick his boot. I probably should have gave him a beach while I was there
said
too.
no.
You
Stop
forgot
putting words in my
forgot
mouth.
Well, hold on, Mayo. Let me ask you this: there's a difference between doing your job and stalking someone and making someone feel uncomfortable, right?
There's a difference.
Had he
You
followed
you
Ray?
cannot stalk somebody.
So,
In a
so
legal
wait a
sense.
second.
Absolutely
So,
can.
so wait a
On
second. If I
private
would have made it,
property, if you have charge over that property.
wait a minute, Mayo. So if I would have made a stink about it, called Channel 5, got BLM out in front of that store and protested until they gave me some fucking money, you're telling me that would have been a better protocol than just checking the motherfucker right then and handling the shit myself?
Well, Ray, too.
I mean, I'm still here, Mayo. Like, all I'm saying is that situation diffused itself because you know what he didn't do? He didn't go call the cops because he knew he was in the wrong.
Yeah, because Ray
How
could have
was he
sued
in the
them.
wrong?
If you're positing, if what you were positing was correct, he would have called the cops. They would have removed me from the fucking store.
In the wrong? Explain to me.
By racial
how he was
profiling. By
Because
racial
he would have had
profiling.
10 minutes of him following me around, and then he would have said,
that's your assumption.
no,
of
it was
racial
on
profiling.
camera. Dude, listen.
Actually,
I
the only
understand
person
that you
just-
think that you're the only
No,
person
actually,
with
the
any
person-
type of training on YouTube, but like I've got training
No,
too. I
sir,
know when someone's fucking
that's-
casing me around a store.
Dude.
Mayo,
Okay.
what you're doing is it's your
Like,
opinion.
you
because you're the only
literally-
you're the one person that wasn't there, and you're making an opinion and an assumption about something he's telling you.
Also,
Were you walking next to him, Snowman?
No,
But
I
he was
wasn't.
there
I'm not-
giving us
I'm
his
not-
direct account,
I'm not
Mayo.
saying-
This is
I'm
wild.
not
This is
sitting up
wild.
here making- I'm not up here the one giving
I
an
love you,
opinion
Mayo,
of
but
the
this is
situation,
wild,
bro.
man. But what I'm saying is, I get it. I'll give you that. I'm a complete asshole. I will give you that. 'Cause I am.
Gang,
And I can
gang.
acknowledge that. I can acknowledge that. I am an asshole, Mayo. But
And you have a problem with authority.
no, I don't. No, I don't.
Just
I
your
don't have a
opinion,
problem with
just
authority. If
right
I'm working within my legal limits, it's legal for me to defend myself, including inside Target. If you are accosted, it's legal for me to defend myself against a
you
police
weren't
officer,
accosted, sir.
Hey, wait,
including out in public in
But
any
you
city in any
but you
state
weren't
if I'm
accosted.
accosted.
But
you know the
weren't
difference?
accosted.
Do you know the difference between a security guard and a police officer?
Mace.
No, the police officer is post certified,
Yeah.
meaning that he is able within his authority to be able to do certain things that regular citizens, i.e., security guards, cannot do. He is certified and trained to be able to
So you're
handle
telling me a
legal.
security guard can't shoot someone?
If
They
it's in
can't
self-defense, yes, they can. But can they just pull out their gun and go get on the ground and shoot someone? No.
Can they kick? Can they
just
kick
for
people off property,
reference,
private property?
Mayo,
They
I'll
can
give
ask
Johnson
people
County-
to leave.
Mayo, if the security guard would have actually had a gun, I wouldn't have talked to him that way. This was in Johnson County. Dude wasn't armed, bro. That's the reason I'm saying. I'm like, you were at the disadvantage here, sir.
Actually, legally, a security guard can't trespass you. It takes a law enforcement officer.
100%.
It takes someone.
So
Someone being post-certified.
This is the other thing, Mayo. So I didn't do anything to him. I didn't get in his face. I didn't touch him. I kept the exact distance that he was at and just informed him. Now, if he would have came up and touched me and got fucked up and no longer been here, no longer gotten to go home and see his family, that would have been on him. I would have defended myself. But if it was that big of a deal and I'm such a dick and he was so right and so justified, how come I'm not banned from the store? How come I wasn't removed from the store? How come the police, the proper authorities, weren't called to get my ass locked up?
Because you hadn't done anything wrong.
100%. Exactly. So if I'm within my legal rights, how do I have a problem with authority?
So,
you have a problem with black people exercising their legal rights, apparently.
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey, to be fair, Ray. I mean, to be fair.
Actually, it's more like he has a problem with everybody exercising their constitutional rights.
Yeah, like
No,
I'm
sir.
like,
No,
if
sir,
I
not at
have,
all.
if I'm
Not at
within
all.
my legal rights, that's not a problem with authority. If I know I'm going to survive the situation, now I would have
How-
understood if I would have
how
crashed out and got
How
myself
is
killed.
him? How did he violate your rights?
Uh,
I violated Ray's right to privacy. How about that?
There's
You have the right
that.
to
He
privacy
made me
on-
feel
on
so. Mayo.
on
My
private
question is
property,
this.
sir.
My question is this, Mayo.
that
Yeah, you
don't know.
do.
If
No, you don't.
if you're walking around and you feel uncomfortable and you instead of continuing to walk and just continuing to let this shit boil over so that I explode, you turn around and you go, look, if we're gonna have an issue, you need to call the cops. I'm out
Why
of your
would I
pay grade.
feel uncomfortable?
Mayor, I guarantee you, if I followed you around a store within 10 feet of you and just followed you from aisle to aisle, you would probably shoot me.
Mayo, I'm not gonna lie. Dysgenic white people in uniforms make me uncomfortable. There, I said it.
No, you have a problem with their authority.
I'm sorry.
You have a
Look,
problem
Like I
with their
assume,
authority.
look. I have a couple of assumptions. I assume they
You have-
never got
you
picked
have
for
a
any sports.
problem-
I
Yeah,
assume
you're
they got
definitely
stuffed
wrong.
in the
with their
locker
authority,
by
dude.
somebody who's got a beautiful black visage like
You
I
have a
do, and they're
problem
mad
with
about
their
it.
authority.
That's my
Well, I mean,
assumption.
Like this person knows a fucking thing about you.
I
Well,
mean, if
that's
you
why
follow
it's
me
called
around for
racial
10 minutes, you know how
profiling.
my ass looks.
That's why it's called racial profiling.
And that shit is wrong.
Yeah. I'm like, if you're gonna look, Mayo, I don't even care that he profiled me. I'm like, my whole issue was the 10-minute walk, and I just cut it off at the pass. And I was like, look, this is how I'm feeling about it. If you were following me around anywhere, Mayo, for 10 minutes, I didn't know who the fuck you were, I would say the same thing to you. I'd be like, look, I'm not comfortable. Are we going to level 10 with this? Or is this you got something you need to say to me? Like, what is it?
First off,
Mayo
generally-
said something.
Hold on, because generally I have one of my kids with me, or I have my wife and my kids with me, and if somebody's following me and my kid or my wife and kids around for that long, you're goddamn right. I'm turning around and I'm saying something.
Yeah. And also, Mayo, you said you don't have the right to privacy in a private place. I mean, the only time you don't have the right to privacy is when you're
sir,
in a public
sir.
location. It's implied that you have the right to privacy
Public
anywhere that's a
locations are
private
still-
area.
Can still be
Also,
private property.
Mayo,
Public
Mayo,
locations can still be private property.
Then why don't they
No.
let YouTubers film inside of Targets?
Look,
Because you have the
also,
right to
Mayo,
privacy.
Mayo, it's not an issue with authority. It's an issue with poor people.
sir,
I'm a
you don't,
classist
because
also.
Target
I don't like poor
themselves
people
has
following me
cameras.
around either.
Because Target themselves has
Yeah,
cameras.
but Target still doesn't let private citizens. No grocery store lets private citizens film in their stores.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
but
right
they
to
can film.
privacy.
Except for
they
all the
can-
people on
no,
TikTok.
No, you have no right to privacy. Because
Yes, you do. Because guess
No.
what? If that video was
They
leaked
haven't
to the
given
public, you
permission
could
to
sue
you.
them.
dude,
If
no.
that video was leaked to the public,
Bro,
you could sue them.
Mayo,
That's why they
Mayo, I
only
think- I
have
think that-
professional.
Mayo, I think the
Okay.
disconnect is this. If he would have walked up and been like, yo, I need you to empty your pockets, I would have emptied the pockets. And then I would have talked shit after there was nothing in there and I was right. But he didn't do that. There was no authority imposed. He was just being a fucking nuisance, and I let him know that he was being a nuisance to me. You're poor.
And
You're
that's Chad as
dysgenic,
fuck.
and I could put you off this fucking planet. You're in my fucking world. You have no
That's-
world if you're weak.
You
Sorry,
don't-
that's
you don't
men
see the
shit.
bitch-
Right.
you don't
Are
see
you
the bitch-
sure? Are you sure
you don't
you're
see
not
the
a
bitch
authoritarian?
overreaction for that? You don't see the bitch overreaction to that?
That's not one.
No, it's not. If you're following me around for 10 minutes trying to feel like you're fucking doing something, I'll take every bit of fucking pride you have from you as a man because you don't deserve it because you're weak. You're weak. That's the reason you're not a real cop. That's the reason you put those stupid ass fucking security guard uniforms on. You're dysgenic. You're not even in shape. You have no authority. They can't even fucking stop you from stealing. You're just trying to feel like you're doing something. And since that's the case,
This
You
is
could probably get them
felt
all.
like- no,
this is
Mail, let me finish.
100% your problem.
Let me finish. You're right. It might be my problem, but
It
like
is.
if I can
It is
look,
100% your problem.
Mayo, listen, it might be my problem, but if I can put you off this planet, I wouldn't make it your problem then. That's all I'm saying. That's called survival. It's called intelligence.
No,
It's
sir,
called
because
fucking respect.
What would have happened? What would have happened if you would have said nothing at all to him?
He would have continued following me all the way up to the fucking register, and I probably would have popped his ass, dude. Then I would have went to jail. Like, I mean, you can posit all the what ifs you
what
want,
would
but
have
like,
happened if you wouldn't have said anything to him?
well, that's fine. Mayo, you can walk
Look,
around
you
and
would
get
have walked
followed
out of
and
that
have your
store
butt
after making your
tickled, and you
purchases.
cannot say anything. I don't have to. Like, I just don't have to live like that. I see, this is the issue. I don't understand why you feel the need to police how another man interacts if it's working for me. I have results. I'm not weak. I'm not fucking dysgenic. I train every day like I'm going to have to kill someone with my hands.
Based?
Every fucking day, Mayo. Like,
Dude,
I
if he-
live
if
like
looks
if,
like Eddie
if shit
Guerrero,
goes
dude.
bad, it's definitely better to have me on the team than have to deal with me on against you. But I'm not going to change any piece of how I fucking navigate unless I have to. I don't have a problem with authority when it's warranted. I have a problem with disrespect. And you're right. That is my problem because I come from a family that kills people for that. Across the board. Like, if you ever met my mom, she's the nicest lady ever until you make her mad. She will fucking kill you. Like, I'm not playing. That woman does not play.
Your mama Haitian.
Nah, she not Haitian. But like, she doesn't play. Like, she ran Gang Squad. Like, that woman knows violence. Like, if you know violence, you know violence. And like, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to where I let some dumbass weakling unknowingly walk into the pits of hell. That's respect for me. The warning is my version of respect because I find that respectful. I'm like, if I was about to get murked, I'd like someone to be respectful and be like, hey, bro, you know you're about to jump off the ledge, right?
I guess I'm dark skinned white because I feel you. I feel you. I understand where you're coming from.
But no, or Muslim. That's because you navigate as a man, and I'm not saying that you don't,
So
Mayo.
you're
But like
saying I
that,
don't.
I'm not
So you're saying-
insinuating that
no,
you
that's
don't.
exactly what you're
Well,
saying.
that's
sir.
a feminine
Own
response.
it.
So
Fucking
perhaps
own it.
It's
Own
a.
it. That's
I
exactly what
believe
the
in
fuck
law
you're
of the
saying.
jungle. We'll put it that way. I do believe in law of the
Oh,
jungle.
go to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I was raised. That's the way I grew up. Like, I believe in heading stuff off at the pass and giving the person the first rights of refusal to make this. Like, it's not like I'm just out here being a complete asshole to people. I've had people that I'm like, look, we can do this in this
You
bar
were
and it's
being
going
a
to go bad,
complete
or I can
asshole to
buy you a
somebody-
drink.
you
Like,
were-
is
you were
me
being-
offering to buy
you were
someone a
being
drink over killing
complete
them?
asshole to somebody that was
Right, I'm
doing
gonna
their
blow. I'm gonna
job.
blow Mayo's mind. You're whiter than me or my brothers because me and my brothers would just beat the fuck up. Especially my little brother. That motherfucker's a savage. He would have followed in
See?
2 hours, be like, "What?" And
Could be
dude wouldn't
worse.
even would have said anything. Our brother would have been like, "Give me your neck."
You're saying facts, bro.
look,
Like,
I'll be
I
honest
don't.
with
I
you.
understand that you feel like I was being an asshole, but I feel like he was being an asshole to me because if I
Well,
was
he
a
was
security
like-
guard, I wouldn't be fucking profiling somebody for 10 minutes that's dressed in clothes I can't afford
Look, Ray,
because
you
I
guys-
can't afford them, and
Ray,
I'm
you are
upset about
actually
it.
nice about the shit. This is why, because
But, see,
Well,
dude,
I had
you
co- I had
put
city
your
cops-
assumptions. You put your assumptions onto him, and that's what
He
makes
was
you a bitch.
following
no,
the
it's
man for
cool though,
10
Mayo.
That's what
miles.
makes you a bitch.
Okay, so listen, Mayo. In my peak bitchness, though, I helped that man find God when I put the fear of it into him, though.
You know what? That is indubitably based.
Like, I'm just saying, I'm out here helping people find Jesus every goddamn day.
Where'd Snowman go? Bring your booty back here.
What are you talking about? I'm bringing people to the Lord. I'm the most conservative person on this fucking panel, Mayo.
I don't understand where Mayo's disconnect is, because I honest to God believe
I
if
think
it would
he
him,
thinks
he'd
I
have
go
an
to
issue.
stores and I'm mean to security guards.
No. You have
that's
an
what-
inferiority complex, and you have a
I do.
problem with
I do
authority.
have a
Mayo,
superiority.
I don't have
It's
an
not a complex
inferiority
if it's a
complex.
fact, Mayo.
No,
It's
an
not a
inferiority
complex.
complex, sir.
That is not a
Inferiority
complex. Like
An
if I'm like, yo, I
I
could rip
said
your head off, and
inferiority
I could rip your
complex.
head off.
Calm down, Mayo. Don't
That's a
flip a
fact.
table.
That's not a complex.
Inferiority complex, sir. I did not say a superiority complex. I said an inferiority complex.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't think that it's an inferiority complex for calling
It
somebody out and diffusing a situation.
It is. Just based on what on clothes he can't afford.
100%, because he couldn't.
Because you
I know
think
what
that
security
shit
guards
matters.
make. They're broke. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, the clothes do maketh the man, Mayo.
Facts.
But Ray actually specifically said that's why he was being followed. Because
No,
this
no,
man didn't like
he
the
racially
clothes.
profiled me, but I'm like,
you said this man followed me because he couldn't afford the clothes I was wearing.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, like, I see it the way I see the story.
That was in your head, dude.
The way I see the story is a dysgenic racist, which I as a member of the racist community I hate, right? Because they're the worst at it. They'd be like, I'm better than you. Like, no, you're not. You're not better than a flea. Anyway, they saw a non-white man in nice clothes go to a store, follow him for 10 aisles, because he's obviously gonna steal something. He obviously can't afford it. He's got to be a drug dealer or something to have those nice clothes. And because he wasn't a cop, he didn't actually try to stop him, because he knew that if he did, he would have been in violation of the law and either got himself or the store sued.
That's not his
I'm just
job
saying,
to
Mayo,
stop people.
Mayo,
His job
listen,
is to
if I would have shown up and I would have been fresh out of work and I had sawdust and all sorts of shit on me and I was in my work get up after I just got done leading the team,
it doesn't matter because
I would have understood. I would have understood.
Your assumption that people dressed well don't steal is wrong.
It's not my assumption that people that dress well don't steal. You said the demographic that dresses well and steals. It's rich white women, and I'm not a rich white woman. I don't identify as a rich white woman.
Demographic that steals the most.
Steals the most, right? So if you're gonna profile somebody,
so where do well dressed men fit on that? White or black? Doesn't matter.
I mean,
Probably really low.
Listen, I see plenty of footage of black people stealing shit, and I know what they look like. They do not look like me. like I said, if you want to furnish me the black guy in a very nice suit that's rolling through with his blazer on into a nice outfit that's stealing shit, I said, if you can substantiate your argument, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'll say that maybe back in time, that guy looked forward into the future and saw that video and was like, this is the one, and this is my whale. Because you know how many times I've been followed around a store? That time, well, twice, but the one time was when I was younger and we were actually stealing shit. So but
my brother,
outside of those two times, like the second time, I don't need to steal anything. I got money.
The security guard was correct in his assumptions that you were a thief.
I'm just gonna ask this. If I can walk out of Walmart with a whole ass computer and not have one security guard look at me, why can't Ray go to Target and shop without being bothered?
Facts.
Because nobody was bothering him.
No, it's not bothering me. Like it was the amount of time, Mayo. I think you like skip over this. Like you were a professional gaslighter, and it works for dumb people. It does not work for me. You completely skipped over the fact that this motherfucker is basically made his mission in life to follow me around for the entire duration of my store trip, and I wasn't going to let him make my shit uncomfortable. I'm like, if I look back and you're trying to shuffle back behind a shelf after 10 minutes and I catch you, I'm going to say something. Because you're stupid and you suck at your fucking job and you're weak and you ain't going to do shit about it because I can. Like, because I fucking can. Like, honestly, if the only reason, like, if this was Wild West days, that motherfucker would have been dead because I would have killed him before I even looked at him. I'd been like, you're fucking done. Like, you don't even deserve to exist. I don't want you fucking breeding because you're gonna make more of your dysgenic self.
Ray, I do got to say this. You know what? Mayo's won me over because first off, you caught that motherfucker shuffling around the shelf and it'd be like, I got you, bitch.
Yeah.
You didn't fuck with him. You didn't bully him.
You're like acting like he was my 10-year-old cousin trying to play hide and seek when I want to fucking play, bro. Like,
I would have been like, bro, your belly's sticking out. I see you. I can see you breathing.
Right, bro. Like, so yeah, I'm like, okay, like you're right, Mayo. I am an asshole, and you're right. I don't have an inferiority complex, but I do have a class.
Yes, you do.
I am a classist, and I am a law of the junglist. I don't know what the hell we call
Ray,
that.
Why do you hate me? Because
I call it being a man, but I'm a law of the junglist. So I'm like, if you are dysgenic and you're weaker than me, like you should be thankful that there's enough laws to keep me from clobbering your ass, taking your bitch and your fucking house. Because if there were no rules, I would, because you don't deserve to breed and you don't deserve to exist because you're weak. Those are facts. That's literally how we got here.
Right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this,
Do you
right?
think you would be alive
today?
Do you think you would be alive today if those rules existed?
100%.
Right. Let me ask you
I think there would be a lot less other people alive today, but I mean, it's a crapshoot for any of us at that point. But it would be fair. That'd be more fair than what we got now. I mean, it actually, it's not even about being fair. It would be just. It'd be what it is. It's nature. How did we get here, Mayo? You don't see me crying about your ancestors fucking taking over the goddamn planet. I like air conditioning, motherfucker. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe we need some more of those motherfuckers back to fix this shit.
I agree. Like, let's make it happen.
Thank you. Like,
I do got a question though, right? You said you're a naturalist. I agree 100% everything you just said, but do you? And here's the thing: do you recognize the right of that man to also kill you in self-defense and take your shit if he's 100%. Able to kill you?
Absolutely.
Fucking based, because most people that are like, oh, I could just take. You see this in communists,
don't
right?
take my shit. Like, nah, dude. If you can't keep it, you can't keep it, bro.
That's the thing. You see communists. They always talk about revolution. Oh, well, we have a right to take the rich. Well, the rich have a right to kill you to defend themselves. No, it's like, yeah, that's how that works.
Authoritarians are okay with authoritarianism as long as it's their type of authoritarian.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look.
Whoa. That's totalitarian. I'm an authoritarian. I'm okay with you killing me if you think you can.
Dude, what's going on, man, bro?
If you
about removing the warning label
that,
from
you wouldn't
everything.
be in the movement you're in, sir.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I'm like if he would have popped off and we would have had a screaming match and that would have been the end of it, like that would have been fine too. I would have been fine with that. I'm like, look, man to man, if I say some shit to you out of pocket and you want to defend yourself, I'll respect that. I respect that more than you being a bitch about it. Like, honestly, like, I just don't, like, I'm not sitting here saying that, like, oh, I'm just going to do everything. And if something's done to me, like, do I think I would be here? Probably, because believe it or not, Mayo, I pissed off some people that could kill my ass. Like, you gotta pick your fucking battles, dude. Like, I'm not saying walk up to everybody and be like, yo, this is how it is. But I mean, there's definitely been some people that I know for a fact have in Kansas City are basically untouchable and pull out assault rifles on lines at clubs and nobody says anything and people disappear. And you know, I made friends with that dude by pissing him off. And then we became friends because I didn't back down from him.
Real, recognize real.
And I was like, I was assuming that I was going to get my ass beat. I didn't realize how close to death I was. But I was just like, hey, bro, like, if I'm going to have to go night-night, like, I'm not going to have you sitting around here thinking I'm your girlfriend and shit, and you can talk to me however you want.
That's the law of the jungle, man. That's how it works. Real, recognize real. Man, as a military man, right? I'm assuming that you've taken fire, right? What do you do in that situation? You return fire, right? It's just the way it works,
bro. I I'm willing to bet Mayo
But I-
popped
but
some
I-
people
but I
before they
don't
got to
shoot
draw,
it.
bro.
But I
Like,
don't-
Mayo probably killed
But
a
I-
neighborhood.
I do not
And
take
now he's
shots
sitting
at
over here
people
telling me
who
not
have
to yell at
taken
security
shots at
guards.
me.
All right, but here's the thing, right? Have you in the military ever had to fucking raise a rifle to somebody that you just didn't know what their intentions were? So I'm more than willing to bet my penis on it, and I love my dick.
And I just said yes.
All right,
But
all right.
show
So
me-
what is the
show me
difference?
the
What is
sec-
the
Show
is
me
the
the
difference?
security guard's rifle, sir.
Ray
Oh
didn't
my
have a
Show me
gun.
where.
God.
Show me
Ray-
where he was a threat.
Ray,
No.
did you know those people who you raised your gun to was a threat? No, you didn't.
Oh boy. Oh, this is good.
Because as a man who has taken fire and then returned fire, like yourself, I can emphasize what you're saying. But you're not wanting to apply that same logic to Ray's situation.
No,
Ray did not have a gun.
Ray knew he was a fucking security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, but a security guard can become a murderer real quick. Anybody is capable of murder. Anybody's capable of doing you harm.
So is the old lady following you in the street? Are you gonna fucking accost her?
If that bitch is
No,
following
because
me
an old lady is not a
three
threat.
fucking
to my-
aisles in a row.
Oh,
Look,
first off, let me answer, Ray, because if that old bitch follows me 10 of 10 fucking aisles, she gonna catch you too. Oh, look, Graham, all due respect, what the fuck do you want? Oh, you need me to get on the top aisle? I got you, darling. Here you go. All you had to do was ask.
Try again.
Oh my god! He said he gonna beat up the old lady.
I will help
Okay,
anybody.
So Mayo, I'm not gonna fight the old lady. But if it was an old lady security guard, I would have been like, "Listen here, Gertrude, I'm gonna need you to call somebody else because I'm about look." Actually, no. You know what I would have done? I would have looked back at her. I would have smirked, and then I would have took off sprinting because that old bitch ain't never gonna catch me, bro. And I would have pushed the cart at her, Mayo.
You know what I would do? I would have just took her insulin pen, put it on the top shelf.
Got up in her pockets and took her small bottle of Malox. Be like, "You gonna have indigestion the rest of the day, bitch." And laugh.
No, I would honestly, I would have an attitude. But if it was an old lady, right? She was following me for 10 miles. I would still turn around and be like, "Ma'am, can I help you?" It would be different because it's a different situation. She's not a threat to you. But I would still ask, "What the hell do you want? Why are you following me?"
Yeah.
That's not how he approached him at all.
And I mean,
because he was talking to a man of fighting age. That's why it was a different situation.
No, but he had put ideas on this man that this man likely didn't have.
He was shuffling around behind owls, Mayo. Like, what do you want me to do? Like when the motherfucker's blatantly
but you specifically,
Mayo, his stomach was coming around the aisle before he was.
You specifically said because I was dressed better than him because I make money better than him.
Oh, come on, Ray,
and he was shuffling behind owls.
Realize and admit to me that you put those on him. That he did not do that to you.
No, I know for a fact
so
that
the
he made more
problem
than
is
less
fucking
than
yours.
me. Poor people.
The problem is yours.
Poor people steal stuff from rich people all the time, and I was worried.
So rich people don't steal shit from poor people.
Robbing them? What the fuck are you talking about? No,
rich people.
I was robbed by a rich man from Washington every paycheck.
Mayo,
Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
So the robber barons.
Well, you have to go back to the
motherfucker went back to 1901.
I have to go back to Bernie Madoff.
His point of reference is 1901.
Oh my god!
No, dude, I'm going back to Bernie Madoff.
Bro, he didn't physically steal their money. They gave him money. They're just stupid. That's different.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna. This security guard, I wasn't worried about swindling. Poor people physically take shit.
No, in reality, that security guard wasn't a threat to you at all.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Were you that security guard, Mayo? Is that why you're this mad?
No, Ray said it.
Ray, were you 100% sure the security guard was not a threat to you? All bravado aside, right? Is there a possibility that he could have just shanked you?
There's always a possibility amongst men.
fucking exactly.
Because like
This
what?
is-
Listen, Mayo. While he was
If
dysgenic,
you
he
would have
also
thought he
could
was
have
a
been.
threat,
Listen,
you
Mayo,
already
Mayo,
stated you wouldn't have
Mayo,
said nothing to him
Mayo,
if he
Mayo,
was armed.
listen, Mayo, listen.
You
But what
already
if-
said it, dude.
This is hypothetical though. This is a unknown for me. What if in his dysgenicness he was also a little bit tarded and had baboon strength?
But you gotta fear that retard strength.
Bro, you know they strong. They don't know they're not supposed to be.
See, I don't. That's why I don't use public bathrooms.
What if I would have been extra asshole and pointed my little finger at him, Mayo, in his face? I'd be like, "You, sir," and he reached up with his baboon strength and ripped my damn finger off, dude. Now
don't
I'm
point
fucked,
at
okay?
people. That's rude.
Thank you. Exactly. What if that happened?
Like, he broke every bone
Possibility.
in Ray's arm.
It's a possibility.
No, in all seriousness, there's a level
Dude,
of bravado.
By everything that you've already said, the man was not a threat.
Mayo, but the thing is, there's
And
a level of bravado when you're
observe him
talking
as a
to the
threat.
boys. There's a level of bravado when you're talking to the boys and when you're talking shit, right? In the actual situation, Ray didn't know that man wasn't a threat. We're
Yes, he
talking.
did.
We're talking.
Yes,
No,
he did.
no. There's
Yes,
no
he
fucking
did.
way he could have.
Dude, he already said it. He admitted it.
Mayo, love you,
fucking
proud of you, man.
admitted it, dude.
I love you, proud of you.
He admitted it. He admitted it. He admitted it. Did you
Ray,
not, sir?
Ray, next time, just gun that fucking man down like you're in Bosnia in the 1990s.
Bro, and just be on the news, and like as they're putting me in the car, I'll be like, "Fuck you, man."
He was a threat, Mayo. He was a threat.
Who's the bitch now? I love you, man. I'm sorry.
Dude, the problem is yours. That
Bro,
incident, 100%
Bro, if I ever get
the
locked up and
problem
I'm on the
is
news,
you
I'm gonna be
and with
screaming
yours.
Mayo the whole way to the car, bro. I swear to God.
Ray. Older white man defends authority. Big surprise.
Oh god, this is great. This is a good one. No, it's fair. You're right. I know I have a problem. I do have a problem. I got too much testosterone, man. It won't die down. I keep doing my push-ups in the morning, and
That's testosterone mixed with bitch energy, though.
that's not bitch energy, bro. If that's
Bitch
bitch
energy.
energy, then that means that white folks are descendant of the biggest bitches on the planet.
Hey, whoa. How can the people that literally conquered the planet be descendant of bitch energy, Mayo?
I didn't say that, sir.
No, I know, but Ray's
I
got a
didn't
point.
make that- I didn't make that
Ray's got a
assumption.
point. Ray's got a point.
No,
At
I
one
said
time, the white man literally lived and died by what Ray said.
Literally. And now you're mad about it. Now,
Yeah, for
now
real.
that other
No,
motherfuckers are
I
suspect
said
of the
Ray.
same shit,
I
it's not
said
okay
Ray
no
had
more.
too much testosterone mixed with bitch energy.
How is that? First off, testosterone is like the antithesis of bitch energy.
So wait a second. So you're saying that I'm in the wrong
Your behavior was
for
very
controlling
feminine.
my space. Motherfucker, white people woke up one day, walked outside, looked left, and said, "We killing everybody that way and taking."
Hey,
that
whoa,
shit."
we ain't gonna talk
And
about my
started
people
marching.
like that today, Ray. We ain't gonna talk about my people like that today, Ray.
bro.
Now, at one time, the white man was like, "Hey, you got them fucking things that smell good." Yeah, give them to me now.
Yeah, like I just think that's humorous. I'm like, I've got bitch energy, but the dudes who just marched over this planet taking shit. I didn't take shit from this man, but his pride, bro. Like what are you talking about? I didn't take his land.
The white man
I
can
didn't take his bitch. I didn't try to rape him. Like, why am I an asshole? But like the whole of Western society is not bitch energy when they literally did all those things to strangers.
The white man has become too civilized, Ray.
Bruh.
We need more dark skinned whites like me.
We need to don't get them 50-cent sandwiches. Y'all need to start getting some grade A Angus. I don't know what it is, but y'all need to get that red meat back up. Steak and potatoes. Like I that is just wild to me. I'm like,
I just want to point out that Laura P does not want me betting my penis on anything.
Facts, because she just don't want to have to see you self neuter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm too much. The knife would get to it, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'm just gonna have to kill you. I have no honor. Ray, I got a question for you, and this is probably gonna make people dislike me.
Shoot.
Is honor a thing? Because personally, I don't believe it is. Because I think honor is only something you tell children and that the dead have.
And can you elaborate on what your definition of honor is? Because I think so.
By honor, I mean some sort of code that would stand in the way of doing anything to survive. Because I believe that survivalism is the highest form of honor. But there are people out there that tell me that code.
I would 100%
That's not honor,
say,
though. That has nothing to do with honor, though.
But the Japanese samurai would literally kill themselves if they dishonored themselves. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give a fuck. So yes, that is honor.
What's good, Dr. Nakumbe in the building? No. I mean, so if by that definition of honor, I'd say it 100% exists because you have soldiers that will jump on top of a grenade to save their platoon and lose their life. You have the men who went down with the Titanic, allowing the women and children to get on the lifeboats first. That's honor.
I don't
by
think
that
that's
definition.
honor.
I mean, what do you mean? They're gonna die. Like you're gonna die, and
you're preserving
because it doesn't fit your definition.
You're preserving the next generation. In a way, that's survival. Because the true survival is the survival of the species.
Okay. Well, so that level of survival is what we would ascribe to honor.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe it's just my lack of understanding.
Well, no, I think it depends on how you define it, but like you look at that as, well, this is survival. What's going on, Bisky? You look at it as survival for the next generation. So you're going, this is still survival because you're going, well, my progeny and like the women who can reproduce, they're going to survive. So there's going to be more people. That by that definition, you're correct also. But as a society, we call that honor, and it's a way to like gear men up to understand that like, hey, bro, it's your job to go die.
Okay, base. Okay, cool.
And you can feel good about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, in a way, I'm also correct too. Then, because only the dead have honor.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you. I got you. I like that answer. I'm glad I asked that question. I don't feel stupid.
Oh, we're doing good tonight. Having some heated debates. I'm changing my name to your local neighborhood asshole now for Mayo. Or I could change it to bitch energy sandwich.
Just do it to testosterone bitch energy.
Testosterone bitch energy. God damn it. No, I mean I don't. I'm not.
No, but dude, it's literally the same reason that N-word moments happen.
Come on, say it, Mayo, say it.
No, I won't say it, sir.
Say it.
See that's that bitch energy right there, bro.
No, well, no, I just I like to live like the conquerors,
the same
man.
Thing, dude.
What's up, Dr. Nakumbe?
Dr. Nakumbe's in the building. Dr. Nakumbe will help me sort out my bitch energy problem. He's licensed. Tiny asks if this is a safe space. There's no safe spaces out here, Tiny. No. There's no such thing as a safe space.
Is how much you can defend.
Facts. We just let people rock out, Tiny. We let them rock out.
Right. I was talking to some British people the other day, right? And
Robin, I have not given Mayo the N-word pass. We're not doing it.
I wouldn't take it.
Who the fuck needs a pass?
Because look, as soon as he gets it, the first thing he's gonna do is get on a panel with me and tell me I got bitch ass nigga energy, bro.
Yeah, could you fucking imagine? It's got to be on Black YouTube though. It's got to be on Fight Club.
And then I would lose. I would lose that debate because I would laugh too hard. I'd be like, "Okay, bro, you right.
You right, dog. You right,
bro. I don't like you. You racist now, but you right." Oh my goodness. No, but go ahead.
All right, I was talking to some British folks, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking, and they were like, so what's the primary difference between America and Britain? I'm like, so just look behind you and tell me what household object you have less than 3 feet away from you. And they're like, oh, the broom and the dustpan? I'm like, yeah, I have an AK-47.
Oh, shit. Did they lose their minds?
Yeah, they're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And I'm like, all right, And they were like, Jesus Christ.
You tell them it's real out here.
I just like guns, even
So
if I was in
Bisky,
no
they can see
threat.
your chats when I put them up. So like, if you have some that specifically need to go up or that are just fucking hilarious, I'll put them up here so that everybody can see them.
But yeah, like the talking to like other Europeans, like I really do believe that Mayo's onto something that most Europeans, like people from Europe, have bitch made energy. Right?
Yeah.
Because like the fact that they were like they weren't afraid, but the fact that they were
sir.
shocked.
Well,
it's that you guys have a lack of honor.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Who has a lack of honor?
Your generations.
How so? Well, I mean, okay, actually, you know what? I'm not going to argue the generation because that's jumping in front of a bullet that doesn't apply to me. So,
An adherence to what is right or to a conventional standard.
That's gay as fuck. Because what is right is subjective. To me, it's not right that we can live in a country that goes on campaign and spends the lives of white men and black men in pursuit of profit for the ultra wealthy, and then bring them the fuck home broken and discarded. That's not right. Does your generation lack honor for that, Mayo? Of course not. It's not your fault.
funny story. I've performed with Wu-Tang Roots.
That is
So,
based.
That's cool.
Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Yeah, Wu-Tang is for the kids. So definitely not too dangerous for me. I'm on the stage though; it's different.
You know they're
Wu-Tang's in
Chinese
fucking
now, right?
Wheelchairs. Wu-Tang's in wheelchairs.
Bruh. They are old as fuck.
Ah, damn it.
Hold on. Bisky asked what generation we're all a part of. So Mayo, you want to lead the charge with that one?
I am Gen X.
I'm a early millennial.
I am a Zoomer.
Now you're 4 years in, sir. You're 4 years into a 15-year cycle. Give me a break.
Oh, it's a 10-year cycle? Is that how they do that? Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. I'm not an early millennial.
It depends.
Gen X was actually like one of the biggest generations.
Yeah.
It depends on the research center. I am an early Gen Z.
Dude, that is dope, Roots. So Roots got to perform with Prodigy and Mobb Deep. Or he got to perform with Mobb Deep before Prodigy passed. Blah. And
That's awesome.
Dude,
Why are
that's
you loading
freaking sick.
7.62 into a magazine, sir?
I'm not. I'm putting my AK back together because I took it apart because I'm autistic.
Dude, bro, you are autistic in action, and Mayo is autistic in hearing. Like, that's ridiculous. Mayo's like, listen, there's no need.
No.
All this.
You don't understand. The reason I didn't fuck with Mayo is taking apart an AK and loading 7.62 in the mag, especially if it's plastic, is uncannily familiar in sound.
Dang. That's hilarious. No, man.
There is nothing. There is no sound on an AK-47 I would not recognize.
Muslim guy, you should have told him that you were getting ready to go out, take a right, and start taking shit.
No, I have to have the Mauser and my bayonet's broken right now, so it doesn't act right without gotta be ethnically accurate.
Oh, come on.
I tell
Just put
you
a
what.
bayonet on your Mossberg, sir.
I want to, because like I love metalsmithing, and I want to start making bayonets for guns, but I don't know if that would be like federally legal, if that'd make it a WMD.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
I thought it was like
you can buy a Mossberg 500 with a bayonet mount on it.
Okay.
Or if you have an 870, you can buy a bayonet mount for it.
Well, see, I wanted to put
it doesn't turn it into some magic weapon.
Well, I was always told that if you have 3 or more things, I don't know if this applies to the assault weapon bans.
That's the old assault weapons ban. Now, what you're referring to now is 944, which I will tell you the amount of people who have been prosecuted under 944 violations, which are the number of foreign-made weapon or parts on your weapon, is 0 because there's no fucking way they can prove it.
Yeah, wouldn't they have to like tear the whole gun down and then like look at the parts?
Yeah, and you would have to prove that they were made in a certain place.
Well, see, my thing is, I've always wanted to like make a big ass sword spike bayonet for my AR.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, but all right, look, I'm the guy who buys Mosins with spike bayonets just so I could put them out and chunk them like spears. Okay, I love doing that.
I think Coleman Surplus has a special on like grand bayonets, which are rather fucking long
Wow.
right now.
It's for like if you're jousting with your rifle.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's for when your tiny Japanese girlfriend gets uppity and you got to remind her what it was like in the internment camp.
Oh Jesus
No,
Christ!
dude, I was denied buying a Mossberg 500 at Cabela's because I said to the salesman, he goes, "Why is there a bayonet lug on that shotgun?" I said, "Well, if you need to hold them while you reload."
I mean, why are you worried about it,
Dude?
Bruh.
The fucking color left that boy's face, and he went to talk to the manager, and I was asked to leave.
See, if you would have just been like, "Give me my gun, let me buy my gun," now that probably would have ended up very well.
No, that wouldn't have ended up very well at all.
But if you would have just jumped across the counter and actually used the bayonet lug for what it was intended
and gotten shot, yeah, that would have worked out well.
Nah, I mean, let's be real. 90% of motherfuckers who own guns ain't gonna squeeze it. It ain't fun getting shot at.
Bro, Mayo is trying to shoot people the next state over with that sniper rifle. Bro.
Dude, you try that in a gun store, please.
Oh no, I'm very familiar with gun stores, and all the ones around me are owned by combat vets. No, thank you.
Yeah,
not at all. They are about that life. They are about that life.
Yeah,
they are begging.
You don't act like that in a gun store. That's just not.
No, you gotta have some sense, especially if it's in a rural town.
I mean, I've never been in a gun store that didn't feel like the safest place ever. Everybody in there's on edge. There's mutual respect. Death could happen at any second.
The most polite place you can go in public is a gun show.
Well, yeah, because everyone has the same fucking hobby, and you all basically at least have one thing in common. It's like going to
somebody bumps into you, you both say "excuse me."
Yeah,
unless it's in Chicago,
bro. If you do that in Chicago, then the whole neighborhood got to lay down.
Chicago is a gun show. What are you talking about?
You don't pay for guns in Chicago. The police just drop off the crates to you like airdrops from fucking Call of Duty.
No, sir. You know what? You know how that happens actually?
How?
The guys that work in Chicago has the largest rail transport yard in the country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Guys that work in that yard have access to the inventories of those boxcars.
Oh shit!
Damn.
And the same thing happened. Why do you think AKs and SKSs were being hijacked in LA? Because they were brought through the port in LA, and it was Uzis and Macs on the East Coast.
So you mean telling me
they were imported into Philadelphia from Israel?
Yeah, but
when they get shipped across the country, they just give their homeboys the boxcar location and number, and they go into the yard at 3:00 in the morning and rip it open.
See,
I guess it's probably not good news to let everybody know that all the guns are being looted.
No, probably not.
Mayo got a warrant on his head now.
Bruh.
I mean, rail yard shipments of guns. Dude, they caught them stealing 50 cals out of military vehicles in rail transport to NTC.
I mean, can you blame them though?
No, I can't blame them at all.
Bro, Roots was
some moron thought it was a good idea to ship fucking weapons with the vehicles.
I'm just waiting for the gangs in Chicago to realize that you don't have to start a Humvee you can start a Humvee, that there's no keys to a military Humvee.
Bro, the drive-bys will be epic. Could you imagine hearing then they drive into the living room and run you over too?
I just imagine like seeing some like African warlord kid just sitting there on top of a Humvee with a 50 cal, just fucking lean back or rack that bitch. You in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
Bro, listening to Ludacris move, bitch.
Move, bitch. Bro, there is no way I could be a tanker because there's a plethora of fucking playlists that I would just be blasting.
What? Dude, that's crazy, Mayo.
Dude, I'll put one from 2015 specifically from Chicago in there.
That's
how
insane.
these guns wound up on the streets. It wasn't the fucking CIA dropping off cases of them.
Bro, I'm about to go to the train yard. It looks like there's some prizes still out there too. Like they just
Oh yeah,
left shit on the...
oh yeah, dude. Dude, when I was a kid and we needed a new refrigerator, we
You
went
would
and
go to
sat
the train
outside.
yard?
No, we went out to the shipping yard in Philly. Because these
Oh,
guys would purposely run a forklift through a container, and then everything in that container would go to the insurance hold yard where it was opened up and inventoried. Once they found out what was in there, they raffled it off over the CB.
dude, that's crazy. That's wild as hell. Like that's freaking dope.
As a criminal, I respect
That is a criminal
hustle.
act, though. I mean, I would definitely follow you around the appliance store, Mayo.
He got a point, Mayo. This is coming full circle.
This is, dude, Mayo be coming with all sorts of crazy receipts. This is ridiculous. I did not know that this was
when
actually
Mayo
a
drops,
thing.
Yes, dude.
when Mayo
Yes,
drops
it wasn't-
receipts, it's crazy.
It wasn't this. It wasn't the fucking it wasn't the CIA, dude. It was rail yard shipments. And
Now explain crack, Mayo.
Well, do you believe the
crack
black
was
man who
imported
said
from
he
Mexico?
invented crack? No. Do you believe the black man who said he invented crack?
No,
Because it's
no,
a
I
black man
understand.
who claims to have invented crack.
So I would believe that black people probably invented crack so that they could break down the cocaine to sell more of it. I 100% with that, but I'm like, how did that get there? That's my question.
Oh, the powder cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. The government overlooked contract flights,
Okay.
civilian contracted flights. I mean, look at Barry Seals, for Christ's sake.
Barry Seals, the guy who like shot himself 5 times and jumped out of a window.
No, sir. No, Barry Seals, who was killed by the cartel after he was released on where he could have gotten like 200 years in prison. He was released with I think he got community service. Have you never seen that movie?
Oh.
Well, see, I don't believe the cartel exists and does any crimes because why would the cartel do that? And that man obviously shot himself 5 times and jumped out the window.
He said obviously shot himself 5 times.
But look up
That
Barry
dude
Seals,
shot
man.
himself
Dude,
like he meant it.
there's a movie about Barry Seals called American Made. And it is
shit,
very
I haven't
fucking
seen that in for
Yes,
fucking
dude.
ever, dude. Okay,
Yeah,
I know
dude,
what you're talking
that's
about.
a true story. That's a true story. This man crashed a plane full of cocaine into a fucking neighborhood in rural Arkansas and paid a kid $10,000 for a bicycle to drive away from the crash scene.
What?
Yes.
Bro, see, I would have been like, nah, dog. Hundo.
He
Hundo,
owned a compound where they were fucking training Contra rebels in Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't the CIA that killed that man. It wasn't the cartel. It was the CIA.
If the CIA
Oh.
wanted to kill him, they would have sent him to prison. They
Too
just let
easy.
the
They
cartel
needed
do
a
it.
challenge. Did you see Robin Goodfellow's latest comment?
Bro. Bro. These people are I'm really digging my Twitch people. I like the Twitch people that are filtering in. They're few in number, but they are mighty in comments, man. These guys are hilarious.
I'm claiming victory for the white man.
Bro, this is good. This is
I'm claiming credit for the white man.
that's wild. All right, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. We're gonna do final thoughts. Mayo, I enjoyed having our good debate. I will think twice next
Oh,
time
it's always good, man. It's
before
always
being
good.
mean to a security guard. You know what's really fucked up is now every time, fuck you. Every time I see a security guard, I'm gonna send you a text and be like, "Fuck you, Mayo," and like you're just gonna have to know why.
Just
sir.
send him a
No,
video
sir.
of you berating the
But
security guard.
that will remind you that he is a man just doing his job and that he deserves respect too.
No, he
Man,
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Listen. I deserve respect when
Whether
I'm
you
doing.
hold value to that job or not.
No, respect is earned,
It's
not
not
given.
that I don't hold value to it. I don't want him following me around, making me inconvenienced for 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Every other store I go into, the security guard's like, "What's up?" Gives me a little look, and then we go about our merry ways. I could understand coming by and checking an aisle if I'm taking too long, maybe if I'm reading the label. I understand.
It ain't like
You
you
gotta
went in
follow
there.
me around the damn store for 10 minutes. I'm like,
You put
we
something on that man. You put something
have
on him.
stepped
that he
into
did
a
not
realm.
have.
No, he put something on me, and then I put Jesus in his soul. Okay.
Right. All right. Let's be real. Was you wearing a tracksuit or was you wearing like a big
No, I was
puffy
out.
jacket?
I had a nice pair of jeans on, a really expensive blazer, and an expensive T-shirt. Like I was looking
And
good.
what
He was
color were your
probably
boxers?
mad because
What
he was
color
on
were your
FaceTime
boxers?
with his girlfriend not doing his fucking job, and she said, "Who's that?"
What color?
That's
What
probably
color
why
were
he
your
was
boxers?
upset.
What color were your boxers? Because I know you were sagging.
No, I hate you, Mayo. I
see,
hate you so
He was
much.
the,
fucking with
the
you, dude.
security guard. He was the security guard.
He was. God damn it, Mayo.
You know
hate
I'm fucking
shit,
with you.
dude. Okay. No, so we're gonna close it out on final thoughts because this was actually, I feel like it was a really productive and fun and good conversation, and we covered all the bases, which was all I wanted to do. But final thoughts, it can be off anything that we've talked about tonight, including me being an asshole. And we'll start with you, Mayo.
Oh no. If people are looking for a leader, they have to give up some autonomy. That's just the way it works. And you're
Okay.
not going to find a leader to lead a bunch of men that's going to put up with bullshit and have to fight for his fucking leadership over stupid shit every day.
Facts.
And if you don't trust him, you don't want a leader.
Okay. Solid. Okay. What about you, Orthodox? What you got for us?
All right. So, for one, bully security guards because they weren't good enough to become cops. All right. Real shit, though. Well, that is real shit. That is my advice. But real shit, back on the way back when you first started, I can understand what you were saying. I really do. I feel you. And maybe I shouldn't be so willing to troll people, and we shouldn't be so willing to talk shit and make fun of people and shit. But I just want to see receipts if people make claims, right? I don't think it should be a big deal. If somebody's asking you questions, you're making these grandiose claims, and you're claiming you want to help, you should be able to prove your worth without flipping fucking tables. All right? Yeah. Because if you flip a table, I'm going to laugh at you and try to make you flip another table because that shit's funny.
Oh, I'm gonna make you put your fist through your fucking computer.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I actually love talking to Mayo. It may not seem like it, but I love talking to Mayo.
And so I'm gonna wind this out so I can go get some food because I didn't get to eat before this because I was running late. So I did not get food so that I could be here with you guys. But I'm starving to death. So I'm gonna drop you guys down. I'm gonna close it out. In closing, like I said, like we're trying to be solutions based. It just seems to me that the issues that we're facing are great. It's not getting any better. And matter of fact, they're actively trying to make it worse. We all know what's going on. And those of us who know, we're about to be all we got because there's people who are actively cheering for this. And those people really aren't fighting amongst themselves. So I'm just trying to facilitate some conversations. Obviously, I've got some work to do myself. I've got to stop yelling at security guards because now Mayo has made me feel guilty by masturbating me all night about it. But I'm not going to stop training. Like I'm going to have to crush somebody's head like a melon with my hands. And we're going to leave it on that. Thank you guys so much. This is the best. Every week this is almost like the best week ever. But like, I'm really enjoying the chat. The people over on Twitch, thank you guys so much. You guys definitely come in with some great comments, and it's hilarious. I really enjoy it. We're gonna keep rocking out over there. Like I said, small following but mighty. You guys are really tapped in. Now over on Rumble, I know a bunch of people watch anonymously over there. I appreciate you guys as well. Ooga Booga said, "Oh God, everyone's racist." I do not believe that everyone's racist. I actually don't really care if people are racist because every racist person I've encountered has also been subsequently poor. So it's really not my problem. Like, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You're more than entitled to think however you want. I'm not real woke in that sense. Like, I don't believe in excuses. I believe in results. And my YouTube family, as always, dude, the core, the nucleus is over on YouTube. That's where the fun's happening. I appreciate you guys. Like my YouTube family, this is where I started. We kind of experiment out with some other stuff, but this was a really great show. We're going to start trying to facilitate some really awesome conversations, hopefully get some results, hopefully continue with the networking so that we can get people in touch with the people that they need to get them where they're going, because I want to see everybody win. I want to see as many people win as possible, not because I care about you, because I care about having good competition around myself. So thank you guys for being awesome. It motivates me to be more awesome. It's your boy Reckless Ray De Niro. This has been Guns and Butter. We will see you next week. And we out.